Testing. One, two, three. Okay, how's it going, everyone? This is the Thought Provoker, and welcome to my live stream. As you can see, the title says, "Don't have children to become future wage slaves." I think that we as people need to be honest about. I think we as people need to be honest about wage slavery. I feel like too many people, I repeat, too many people downplay wage slavery. People are extremely brainwashed into thinking that wage slavery, even though some people may not call it wage slavery, but that is what it is. It is wage slavery. Too many people are brainwashed into thinking that this is just life. That's life. That's life. That's life. People need to wake up and realize that just because certain things are quote unquote just life doesn't mean it's okay. It doesn't mean that that's how life should be. I'll say one of my most popular phrases, like I've said before. We were forced into this world just to work and sleep most of our lives. That is our existence. That is our existence. Our existence is working and sleeping most of our lives. That is extremely boring. Wage slavery is boring. I'll say that one more time. Wage slavery is boring. Most people don't want to do wage slavery. Most people don't want to be wage slaves. So with all of that being said, with how wage slavery is boring and most people don't want to do it, most people at the very least don't want to do it, ask yourselves, people who are watching this right now, ask yourselves, is it worth creating someone into existence? Is it worth creating someone into existence to become a future wage slave? Is it worth it? Why is it worth it? Be realistic, people. Wage slavery sucks. That is the majority of our existence, along with sleeping. That is boring. So if you acknowledge that wage slavery is boring and that alongside sleeping is the majority of our lives, why would you want to bring someone into this world to become a future wage slave? Guys, have some empathy. Have some empathy. Please, please, think deeply. Think deeper than you've ever thought deeper before. Think deeper than you've ever thought deep before. If you think wage slavery sucks, don't bring a child into this world. It's very simple. Why would you bring a child into this world to become a wage slave when you yourself do not like wage slavery? When you yourself despise wage slavery? When you yourself think that wage slavery is extremely boring and insufferable? I don't like when people downplay wage slavery. I don't like when people downplay it. Most people hate their jobs. Most people hate work. Let's be real. Most people hate working. Most people hate clocking in, clocking out. Well, yeah. Don't pass that on to the next generation. Just live your life and be done with it. Simple. Do not pass on wage slavery to the next generation. Break the cycle. Break the cycle. How could you acknowledge that wage slavery sucks, that it's boring and insufferable, yet you still want to have a child? I'm saying this to wake you people up. How can you acknowledge that wage slavery is boring and it shouldn't be the majority of our existence alongside sleeping, and then think, you know what, I still want to have a child? Wake up. Wake up. That's not being very empathetic now, is it? Don't pass this onto the next generation, please. Live your best life. Live your best life and let that be the end of it. Don't bring a child into this world to become to become a future wage slave. Because that's what you're doing. The minute you create someone into existence, you are creating future wage slaves. The minute you create someone into existence, that's right. They have to fend for themselves. They have to get a job, get a business, whatever. They have to work in order to earn money to pay for necessities such as food, clothing, and shelter, and more. People, stop saying that's life. Please, 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 please. Most people hate their jobs. Most people hate working a job. Most people. For many people, it doesn't matter what job they work, they just hate working, period. This is not something to downplay. This is not something to make light of. This is something to take seriously. Wage slavery affects people's mental health in a very, very bad way. There are people that have exited life on their own terms because they realized that they did not want to do wage slavery for the rest of their lives, so they exited, and I don't blame them. Is that what you want for your future child? No? Then don't have that future child, that quote unquote future child. Just don't have children. I'm saying this out of encouragement, not out of force. I'm not here to force anyone to do anything. I'm trying to get people to critically think. If you don't like wage slavery, if you realize that this is the majority of our lives alongside sleeping, and you think that's insufferable, it's tedious, it's all these things, don't pass that on to the next generation by creating a child into existence. I say this to be encouraging. If you this if you think life is so great, fantastic. You think life is great, great. Life is so great that you don't need to bring a child into this world to become a wage slave. If you think life is that great, just live it. Live it. Don't unnecessarily create someone into it. If you acknowledge that wage slavery is a problem in this world, a very, very severe problem in this world, and you still decide to create a child into this world, despite knowing that wage slavery sucks and is boring and insufferable. That is very evil. That is very evil. I'll say it again. Have some empathy. Have some empathy. You don't like being a wage slave? Don't create children to become future wage slaves, please. I would rather I would rather dislike wage slavery on my own than to dislike wage slavery and create children so that they can grow up to also dislike wage slavery. I'm going to break the cycle by not having children. I'm going to break the cycle. Creating someone into existence to become a wage slave is extremely selfish, especially if you're someone who acknowledges that wage slavery is boring and insufferable. Especially when you are someone who acknowledges that every single day you dread going to work. Don't delude yourselves into thinking that, oh, wage slavery is just life, this is life. Like, no, 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 no. Okay, yeah, this is the majority of our existence alongside sleeping, but that doesn't mean it has to be like that. It shouldn't be like that. That's the bigger picture. Okay, there are a lot of things that are a part of life. Oh, that's life, that's life, that's life. I'm sitting here thinking, hang on, okay, that's life, but it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like life shouldn't be this concept of, oh, work and sleep most of your life. That's not how it should be. Wake up, people. Wake up. That is not how life is supposed to be. We're forced into existence. We go to school and then we go to work for 7, 8, 9, 10, however many hours, long hours. And then we go to sleep, the minute we get home, depending on how tired we are. We might even have laundry to do, other chores to do. Yeah, we basically have work back at home the minute we, get back home from our professional work, as in the work we do to get paid. There's just so much to do in life, whether you're at your job or outside of your job. Anyway, the bottom line is this: don't create children into this world, because if you do, they will become future wage slaves. Do you want to create a future wage slave? No? Great. Don't be of the mindset of misery loves company. Don't do that, please. Don't do that. Adopt, if anything, just adopt. Adopt a child. There are children that are in need of adoption. Adopt them. I would rather you adopt those children that are in need of adoption than to unnecessarily create a child of my own. To unnecessarily create a child of your own into this world just because you want to play house. I'm not saying that to trigger you, literally. It's not worth creating a child into this world just because you want to play house. Because you were bored, because you were bored without children. Something's wrong if you're bored without children. Something is seriously wrong. If you feel like life is miserable without having a child, something is seriously wrong, and you need to question that. You people are the same people who will say life is great, life has so many good things, yet you feel as though you would be miserable without having children. If you feel like you'd be miserable without having at least one child into existence, my advice, don't have any children. Because what if your children grow up to feel the exact same way that you do, which is that they end up growing up and feeling like, oh, if they don't have children, then they too will feel miserable and or depressed without children. And so they end up making children of their own. And it becomes a vicious cycle. Break the cycle. Please, break the cycle. We live in this world, and for the majority of our lives, we're just doing wage slavery and sleep. Break the cycle. Don't have children. Don't have children just so that they can become wage slaves, please. Have some empathy. Realize that most people hate their jobs. Most people hate work, period. Most people dread getting up at 7 a.m., 6 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning just to go to a job that they absolutely detest, that they absolutely hate. This is something to be taken seriously. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. Don't try to gaslight me. This is serious shit. If you're someone who is part of the if you're someone who loves wage slavery, understand that just because you love wage slavery, I'll say it again, understand that just because you love wage slavery, some crazy how, that doesn't mean that when you create children into this world, they're also going to love wage slavery. This is why I want people to have a realistic assessment of the world. Most people don't love wage slavery. So you, the person who loves wage slavery, take that assessment into consideration. Really assess the world and ask yourself, is it worth bringing a child into this world? Do I really want to take the gamble? Do I want to take the gamble with someone else's life just so that they can likely become depressed? Because they have to do something that they hate for decades upon decades. Really think about this, you people watching. Really think about what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm going to read some comments. Darren Lee says, hey, how's it going, man? Brandon says, people only have kids for their own selfish reasons. Yeah, basically. Because these people, they can adopt, but they choose not to. They say that they would rather create their own children. So they would rather, instead of adopting a child that is in need of adoption, that is in need of parents, they would rather create their own children, even though those children never chose to be here and they never needed to create those children in the first place. Darren Lee says, true, Brandon. By the way, guys, if you're going to talk to each other in the comments, please use the @ symbol so that I know you're talking to someone else, so that there's no confusion. For not just me, but for other people as well. Brandon says it's too easy to make kids, unfortunately. Way too easy. Way too easy. Darren Lee says, I am never bringing kids into this effed up world. And you know what? Shout out to you, Darren. Shout out to you. I'm the same. I am the absolute same. I will never, ever, ever, ever bring a child into this world to become a wage slave. It's never gonna happen. Darren Lee says true words. Thank you. Darren Lee says, I wish more people would wake up and break the cycle. Exactly. Break the cycle, people. If you don't like being a wage slave, don't create a future wage slave, please. Don't be of the mindset of misery loves company. Don't create someone to be, to accompany you in your misery, please. Brandon says life is suffering. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. The good things in life do not justify creating someone into this world to work and sleep most of their lives. Darren Lee says working Monday through Friday, maybe have the weekend off and do it again and again and again. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the world we live in. Life should not be like that. Brandon says, and getting taxed, robbed. Yeah, because I've always said this and I'll say it again. Tax is theft. Why is it that if I'm making £80,000, for example, I'm left with roughly 50 or 60,000 pounds? So they take away like roughly 20 or 30K in tax away from me. It's almost, when you really think about it, it's like you've basically just worked for free to some extent. Questionando realidad. I'm just gonna say questionando. Questionando says giving birth is the most vile act disguised as something good. I'll say it's definitely not good to, to give birth into this world. Mr. C as says, don't do to your children what God did to man. Yeah, God is evil. If he exists, he's evil. Evil, evil, evil. Darren Lee says, I used to be happy about births, now just shaking my head. Mm-hmm. For me, whenever I see a birth, I'm just like, I wish you all the best. I never say congratulations. Instead, I just say, I wish you the best. As in the parents, I wish you all the best in raising the child. But I'll never say congratulations in particular. Because, I don't agree with people creating children into existence. Because, again, it's a gamble with someone else's life. It's not worth the gamble. People, don't be so selfish. I'm not saying this out of spite. I mean well when I say this. Don't be so selfish. Who are you to think that it's okay to gamble with someone else's life because of how you view life? Oh, life has so many great things. Great. Enjoy those great things. Enjoy those many great things. But don't bring a child into this world. You can't guarantee that they're going to enjoy those quote unquote great things that you see as great. There's no guarantee. All these great things that you like, and you want to create a child into this world so that they can experience those great things. How do you know that they're going to enjoy those great things that you enjoy? It's not worth it. Don't take the gamble. If life is so great, if life is as great as you claim it is, then enjoy it. Enjoy it, and enjoy it with the people that are already here. I repeat, if life is as great as you claim it is, enjoy life and enjoy it with the people that are already here. Don't unnecessarily create more people into this world. so they can suffer. There isn't a single person in this world that has not suffered. Anyway, Brandon says the powers that be want us to procreate more slaves. Exactly. Sick world. Sick world that we live in. Brandon says, and then there's professional athletes who play a kids game and get paid millions for it. Interesting. Interesting take. The thing with these professional athletes, for example, footballers, and by the way, when I say footballers, I'm talking about the real football. I'm not talking about hand egg, or as what they call American football. No, not talking about hand egg. I'm talking about the real football. When you think about it, their time is extremely occupied. They don't have enough time to themselves. So yes, they're getting millions of pounds, but at what cost? No pun intended, but at what cost? It's costing them their time. As in, they barely have time to themselves. They barely have time to their families. There was news about a woman who wanted to divorce. There was this news about a woman who wanted to divorce her husband, who was a football manager, because he didn't have enough time for her, because he was so busy as a football manager. And this is a manager, a football manager, not a football player, a football manager. Football managers, football players, they barely have time to themselves, let alone their families. Darren Lee says 10-hour jobs to great 10-hour jobs to coming home tired as fuck. We're not robots. People need to realize we're not robots. We're human beings, but we're overworked, like we're treated like we're robots, and we're not robots. If you overwork your employees, don't be surprised when they can't come into work tomorrow. Don't be surprised. You've overworked them, they're now burnt out. The problem, one of the biggest problems, is work is way too long. The hours are way too long for the average human being. Brandon says Clown World. Yeah. Darren Lee. Yep. Darren Lee gives me the thumbs up. By the way, if you guys are liking this live stream, please like and subscribe, especially. Yeah. Please like and subscribe. I just like to tell the truth. It's the raw truth. Whether it sounds positive or negative, I just like to tell the truth. Darren Lee says, I watch the vid where the guy is crying outside how he's so tired of working. It's a 2K views now. Oh, the video I uploaded. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Yeah. I felt so sorry for him. I know exactly which video you're talking about. You're talking about the short that I uploaded. Yeah, it was very sad. Patsy Klein says, congratulations. I would tell them, oh no. Like I said, for me, if someone tells me that they're having a baby, I'll be like, I wish you the best. I'm not going to say congratulations or well done. I'm just going to say, I wish you all the best in raising that kid. That's literally it. Never congratulations. I'm never going to congratulate. I will never congratulate someone for bringing a child into this world, because what that person has done, what that parent has done, is they have created a child to become a wage slave. And to you bootlickers who like to gaslight us for calling out wage slavery for what it truly is, which is boring and insufferable, right? To you bootlickers who like to gaslight us for calling out wage slavery for being boring and insufferable and taking a lot of our time, screw you. Stop being a bootlicker. Stop being bootlickers for companies that don't care about you. Stop enabling wage slavery. Stop gaslighting us when we call out wage slavery for what it is. Mike Donegan says one makes children to glorify the Lord. And what if they don't? Are they going to go to hell if they don't create children? Are they going to go to hell? Mike Donegan says the Bible says to be fruitful and multiply. Genesis. From what I've heard from some Christians, they told me that the message of be fruitful and multiply was meant for Adam and Eve, but not for the rest of us. Mike Donegan says Jesus said to pull one up by the bootstraps. For those of you that don't know, Mike Donegan is an anti-natalist. You can tell by his picture, his profile picture. He's just, he's just mocking Christians. That's all. Patsy Cline says, at Mike Donegan, Pastor D. Mike Donegan says, that's me. Rick and Backer says, verse/chapter for that bootstrap quote. Yeah, he wasn't being serious. Mike Donegan says BS verses 1 chapter 3. Rick and Backer says, okay, thought you were being serious. Well, now you know he's not being serious. So, after everything I have said on this live stream, you acknowledge that wage slavery is a pain. You acknowledge that wage slavery is horrible for our health. Companies, capitalism, companies treating us like we're robots, overworking us for such little pay. Do you want to create a child into this world so that they can be overworked for such little pay? It doesn't even matter about how much they're getting. I don't care if you're getting millions. Do you want to be a wage slave? Because yes, even those who earn millions, professional athletes, they're wage slaves as well. They're just getting more money, but they're still wage slaves who barely get time to themselves. They're overworked as well. But people are so blinded. They think that they don't realize that you can be paid millions and still be overworked. But people think that, oh, because they're getting paid millions, they're not being overworked. But no, they're still being overworked. Footballers especially are being overworked. Oh, but they're getting paid millions. So what? Overworked is overworked. The amount of money you earn does not change the fact that you're being overworked. So let's stop with the jealousy just because they're making way more than us. Anyway. Rick and Backer says, before modernity, modernity, you worked hard in spring, planting, and fall, harvesting. Moderate work in summer and rest up over the winter cycles. We should have a lot more rest than this, but anyway. Andrew says, at Rickenbacker, the one who is unwilling to work shall not eat. 2 Thessalonians 3:10. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing that's what's wrong with this world. The minute you create someone into existence, they have a hunger clock. That's what I call it, a hunger clock. The minute you create someone into this world, they have a hunger clock. It starts ticking the minute you create them into this world. And yeah, that's a problem. You didn't ask to be here, and now your hunger clock is ticking. And if you don't eat, then you're gonna suffer. That's the world that we live in. And people try to justify this shit by saying, but I'll take care of him or her. Oh, there's great lives. There's great things in life. Oh, look at the bright side. These types of people, they love to ignore or dismiss the bad in this world. Anyway, Mike Donegan says, yeah, that verse. Rick and Bacchus says, at Andrew, yes, I know that one. Darren Lee says, that other video I watch often is that one with that young... Excuse me. Anyway, Darren Lee says, that other vid I watch often is that one with that one young lady with the Victoria's Secret shirt and falls down. I enjoy that video. Huh. I don't know which video you're talking about. Oh, no, I remember. I know exactly which video you're talking about. She falls down at the end and she says, "Get me out." I remember that one. It's on my channel, yeah. She was saying that life is pointless, yeah. Mike Donegan says 10,000 years ago we hunted and gathered 24/7. Wow. So let me ask you a lot of question, huh? If most people hate their jobs, if most people hate working in general, working for a wage, if most people hate that concept, being a wage slave, then what is your justification of bringing someone into this world to also become a wage slave? I'm serious. I'm not trolling. If you hate being a wage slave, if you hate the concept of wage slavery, if you hate the concept of capitalism, why would you create someone? What is your justification of creating someone into this world to become a wage slave too, or to partake in this game of capitalism? What is your justification? Mike Donegan says, I gave the ABCs of antinatalism. In addition to a large cash gift to some newlyweds, I was told to F off 13 times. Yeah, I remember that story. I remember that. Darren Lee says, adoption does sound better than giving birth. 100%. Absolutely, because you are choosing to prioritize children that are in need of parents over unnecessarily creating children of your own into this world that never chose to be here in the first place. So yes, adoption does sound better. Mike Donegan says, no logical arguments, just anger and emotions. Yep. That's typically how it is when it comes to trying to argue against bringing, when it comes to our points about, not bringing a child into this world, people have emotional arguments. I mean, they just, they just get emotional. The logical thing to do is just do not create a child into this world to become a wage slave. People would get angry or overly emotional. for me saying that. I could see that happening. What do you mean I can't bring a child into this world to become a wage slave? How dare you? Amazing. So misery loves company. Mike Donegan says, if I were female, I wouldn't let an eggplant anywhere near me. Good one. Good one. So, to everyone who's watching, all 10 of you, soon it will be 15, 20, whatever, all 10 of you watching me right now, please comment and don't be afraid. Don't, I repeat, don't be afraid to comment. Are you going to have children? Answer my question. All of you who are watching me, are you going to have children to become a wage slave? Mike Donegan says, I never said you can't breed. I just addressed the ethics of procreation. Yeah, I understand. I'll be honest, I'm not surprised by their reaction because of the timing of it. It's like they're getting married and you sent that to them. Not criticizing you at all, Mike. I'm not criticizing you. I'm just saying I'm not surprised by their reaction, especially the timing of it, you know. But right is right, you know. You're right about, you know, the whole ethics of procreation situation. I guess they felt like it was just bad. It was distasteful because of the timing of when you sent that message. That's my guess as to what they were thinking. But anyway, not siding with them or anything. I'm just saying. Mike Donegan says, no fucking way. Right. No fucking way. You will not create a child into this world to become a wage slave. Andrew says, children never. Mm-hmm. Mike Donegan says, never got a thanks for the $500 I gave them. Damn. Wow. Wow, that's pretty messed up. That says a lot, to be honest. If anyone wants to come up, feel free. The link is in the live chat. But I must warn you people, all right? I made this rule not so long ago. If you come up, this goes for everyone watching right now. If you come up and your audio is not up to satisfactory, then I will politely ask you to leave. No arguments, no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm trying to be respectful. This goes for anyone, even friends, family. Yeah, you guys get the drill. Mike Donegan says that means the pasta is out. Is your mic still the same way that it was before? Okay, so far, 2 people have said that they won't be having children. So Mike Donegan is one of them by saying no fucking way. So Mike Donegan won't be having children. Andrew also won't be having children. Who else won't be having children? Are you going to have children to become a wage slave? Because that's inevitably what's going to happen. You create children into this world, they're gonna have to fend for themselves. They're gonna have to, you know, be overworked. They're gonna have to be wage slaves for decades upon decades, and that is the majority of our existence if you include sleeping. Like I said, we work and sleep most of our lives. It gets tedious to the point where some people in life choose to exit. They choose to self-delete. It is so bad people choose to self-delete. It's sad. I'm not criticizing those people who choose to self-delete. I understand. They're thinking, why would I want to do this for the rest of my life? I might as well exit. I understand. I understand. Mike Donegan says, I guess. Oh, regarding the mic. Darren Lee says, I tell you what, Mike Donegan, next time, if let's say, DNW is doing a live stream, you can hop on his live stream and see how the mic is on there, and ask him if he thinks that your mic is in good condition. And then I'll probably watch that live stream, and if I see it's in good condition, then I'll let you back on. Darren Lee says, and me. Welcome to the club, Darren Lee. Darren Lee is someone else who won't be having children to become wage slaves. Darren Lee says no children. Yeah, exactly. Mike Donegan says TP will be making babies. Good one. The power of Christ compels you. No, I'm joking. Anyway, Rick and Backer says I'm way past the age. Never had children. Rick and Backer, are you a man or a woman, if you don't mind me asking? Respectfully asking, like, are you a man or a woman? Mike Donegan says the CDC said 20% of teens thought about deletion and 10% attempted. So out of the 20%, 10% attempted. Wow. I wonder what the percentage is of the 10% that failed the attempt. Mike Donegan says been on DNW, no issues. When did you last go on DNW's live stream? When did you last go? Oh, Mike Donegan says no, 10% tried it. So as in tried and failed? Mike Donegan says about a month ago. Okay, so you've been on his live stream about a month ago. Noted. Darren Lee says, I'm in Texas. Where are you guys from? I'm from London, England. Well, I could be from London. I could be from Liverpool. How's it going, lad? I'm joking. I could also, hey, have you heard of Steven Gerrard? Hey, we're deep into injury time here, mate. Liverpool are going to win this game. Great out of there from Skirt. I'm doing an accent for no reason. Anyway, have you guys heard of a Scouse accent? Anyway, that's beside the point. Let's see. Bottom line, I'm from England. Not New England, in the United Kingdom. Where Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales are in. Anyway, Mike Donegan says about... Oh yeah, I read that one. Mike Donegan says the stats never said. Noted. Mike Donegan says the bucket of the Bible Belt. The Bible Belt. When I think the Bible Belt, I think the South, as in the South of the United States. Mike Donegan says there's a London, Kentucky. There's also London, Ontario in Canada as well. So I'm going to assume that the majority of people watching me right now are choosing to not have children, especially because they don't want to create future wage slaves. That's fantastic. To those of you who are watching me and already have children, you know, be the best parents you can be, but reconsider having any more children, respectfully. Mike Donegan says, I got clipped. When you say you got clipped, do you mean as in you got a vasectomy? Is that what you mean? Let me know. Okay. The link is in the live chat, people. If you would like to come up, then feel free to do so. This is the link to the live chat. Live panel, excuse me. This is the link to the live panel. If you want to come up, feel free to click on it. Could you imagine? How can anyone love wage slavery? I really don't understand. How can anyone love wage slavery? How can you sit there and be like, I love working 10 hours a day, 7 days a week? I love it with an absolute passion. How can anyone sit there and think that? If it makes you happy, I guess, but it's so unrealistic. It's not the reality, is it? Most people do not feel like they enjoy working 10 hours a day, 7 days a week for decades upon decades. Rickenbacker says, man. Oh, your dude. Okay, noted. Black Hole says, hello, TP. Hello. Mike Donegan. Mike Donegan says, repent. How long have you been doing this shtick for, Mike? How long have you been doing this shtick for? JB says, anytime someone tells that they love their job, I never believe them. For me, if someone says that, I would say most of them are full of shit. Most of the ones that say they love their job are full of shit. I, I, I honestly am convinced that they're just saying that as just a meaningless phrase, like just to be, I don't know, politically correct or something like that. When some people say I love my job, it just sounds so meaningless the way they say it, you know? I feel like they're just saying it just to hide how they truly feel. Like it's the politically correct thing just to say. You know, like when you ask someone how are they and they say I'm fine, even though they really aren't fine, but it's just a politically thing to say. Me, I'll be very honest. If someone asks me how I'm doing, I'm gonna tell them, like, if I'm sad or if I'm pissed off, I'll just say I'm pissed off, I'm sad. You know, I'm okay, I'm chill. I'm not gonna do the stereotypical, oh, I'm fine. How about you? No, unless I actually am fine. Anyway, Mike Donegan says about a year. Okay, you've been doing this whole Christian shtick for about a year. All right, cool. Well, do you, man? Darren Lee says years ago. Oh, Darren Lee says years are going by faster these days. Before you know, another Christmas and bam, 2026. Yeah. I remember being 18 like it was yesterday. Whew. Anyway, Darren Lee says it. Black Holes has been on Finding Gnosis channel. Patsy Cline says, ask that person that said they loved their job if they would still do the job without pay, and that will answer your question. No. Good point. Even, here's the thing, even if someone loves their hobby and they start doing it as a job, guess what? They start to they start to hate their job, even though it's basically their hobby, because they have to do it during times. Basically, they have to do that job, even though it's their hobby. They have to do it. Once it becomes a job, they have to do it, even in times where they feel like not doing it. Even in times where they feel like, you know what, I just want to relax in my bed. No, no, you gotta get up at this time, gotta start this time, you gotta finish at this time. The point is, for some people, when you start doing your hobby as a job, you'll start to resent that job because someone else is in control of your working times. Mike Donegan says, people tell others what they think. You know what? No, let me go back to that comment. When people ask me, the thought provoker, when they ask me, uh, what job do you want to do? I am always 100% honest with them. I don't give, generic answers or politically correct answers like, oh, I'd love to do this job. Oh, I'd love to do that job. No, when people ask me, what job do you want to do or what job would you love to do? I just tell people, I'm just honest. I'm like, listen, I there isn't a job I like. I am not interested in any job. I just do it out of necessity. I am not interested in doing any job. There isn't a job I love. No matter what job I do, I don't like it. I don't like working, period. I work out of necessity. So there's your answer. That's what I tell people. Because it's raw. It is the 100% truth. No bullshit. No bullshit. And it's got nothing to do with laziness. I work out of necessity, not out of desire, not out of enjoyment. But it's not because I'm lazy, it's because it's boring, simple. There's a difference between not wanting to work because you're lazy versus not wanting to work because you find the work to be boring. You could not pay me to watch paint dry for 10 hours, 7 days a week. Watching paint dry is boring as hell. It's just a random example. Mike Donegan says people tell others what they think others want to hear. It's a sad world we live in. Me, I don't do that. I personally don't do that. I'll just tell you the honest truth of how I'm feeling. If you ask me how I'm feeling and you don't like my answer, if I tell you that, I'm feeling meh, if you don't like it, it's your prerogative to not like my answer. But don't criticize me. At least I'm being honest. Usually I'm just feeling chill. That's usually how I'm feeling. I'm feeling neither sad nor happy, just chill, just calm, cool, and collected. Black Hole says, I'm always available for your stream again. Noted, man. Noted. Mike Donegan says, 65-year-old here. It gets shitter as one ages. I see. Because, your body starts to break down, so I can imagine. I can only imagine. Darren Lee says, all you have to do these days is walk in a business and sense the atmosphere, if that makes sense, or look at the workers with the fake smiles. I hate fake smiles. I hate fake smiles. Be real with me. Don't act fake towards me. I hate fakeness in general. Fake people. I hate them because they waste. Being fake to someone is disrespectful because you're wasting that other person's time. It's deceitful. I don't have time for people like that. Mike Donegan says Jesus loves hard work. What? Jesus loves hard workers. Jesus loves hard workers. Interesting. I am of the belief that you should work smarter, not harder. I believe in necessary hard work. I won't work hard unless it's necessary. For example, if I want to get in shape, then yes, that's where hard work is necessary. I'll do that. I'll work hard in order to get the physique that I want. That's necessary hard work. But in other areas where hard work is unnecessary, I'm not going to do that. If I want to get to my home, I'm going to take the lift instead of the stairs. Is it because I'm lazy? No, it's because, you know, it's more efficient and it saves me time. Why would I take the stairs when I can just take the lift? Nonetheless, let's see. JB says, sorry about that. JB says, I think that part of the problem with jobs, too is that they turn you into a machine. At some point, even if it was a hobby you loved, you're coerced into doing it and having the same limited experience. Right. Imagine doing your hobby as a job. You're like, holy shit, this is amazing. But over time, you start to realize, oh, this is shit because I'm doing what I love, but I can't do it whenever I want. I have to do it on someone else's time, not my own time. I would hate to experience that. Anyway, JB says over and over again. Yeah, exactly. Let's say you don't want to go to work tomorrow, you know, to do the job that you love because you just want to stay in, but you can't. Mike Donegan says the older one gets, the more stale life gets, even with money. Yeah. Black Hole says I don't work because I like or enjoy. It's a necessity. Exactly. I it's like me. I work out of necessity, not because I enjoy it. I work out of necessity, not out of enjoyment, not out of desire. Rick and Backer says, how are you? I answer, hang in there, or I've been better. Cool. Oh, hanging in there. Yeah, yeah. Noted. Yeah. There you go. Mike Donegan says, I say I'm vertical. I'm vertical. You're not wrong. Patsy Cline says at Mike Donegan, it's called monotony. Monotony. Okay. Sorry. Monotony. Mike Donegan says yes. Mike Donegan says JC won't send you north if you're not a wage slave. Black Hole says this shit is getting more and more real every day. Darren Lee says I had a manager that came in to a job I fucking hated. And he threatened to fire me many times, so I did him a favor and quit. I couldn't take it anymore. Fuck him. I see. I see. Well, At least, here's what I say. When people choose to quit their jobs, I say, listen, your mental health is more important than the money you make. Your mental health is more important than your job. Although it can be a catch 22 because once you get fired and you're not making money, how else are you going to eat? So it's a catch 22. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. And that is life. Not justifying it when I say that's life. I'm saying that right there is life. And that's why I won't have children. Mike Dunnigan says, my brother, 8 years my junior, has such bad depression and he made 2 female kids with his now divorced wife. So sad. Yeah, that is very sad. Yeah, that is very sad. I could never have children, especially if I had, depression. You know, it just wouldn't make sense. Shout out to all the people who are like, you know what, I have depression, so therefore I want to have a child. Shout out to you people. It's considerate. Leah Leah says, hey, I'm going through so much, you guys. Sorry to hear that. If anyone would like to come up, the link is in the live chat. Feel free to come up. Once again, if you have a bad mic, if your audio is not up to satisfaction, then I will politely ask you to leave and you can come back next time. Although you can still stay in the live chat, but nonetheless. Black Hole says your good friend Black Hole will never ever have children. There you go. Breaking the cycle. Are there more men antinatalists than women antinatalists when it comes to antinatalism? I wonder. Guys, what do you think? Are there more male antinatalists than female antinatalists? What do you guys think? Seems to me like there are more men antinatalists than women antinatalists, it seems. Darren Lee says, I'm going through a lot too, but hanging in there. I see. Parents really brought us into this world and thought, you know what? No, hold on. Anyway, parents really decided that, you know what? Life is a game of survival. Let me bring children into this world so they can play this game of survival. That's what it is. I'm not going to create a child into this world just so they can play a game of survival. For who? For who? They didn't ask for it. None of us asked for this. So that's really weird. If you like the game of survival, more power to you, but don't bring a child into this world to play this game of survival. No. Andrew says probably more men, unfortunately. As in, you think there are more men antinatalists than women antinatalists? I wonder why that is. JB says, I think that there are more male antinatalists. But why is that? Why is it that there are more male antinatalists? That's the question. Why? Mm-hmm. Black Hole says, Jesus, I might go live again tonight. I don't want to live in this silly world anymore. Patsy Cline says, I think more men are antinatalists. Females have that idiot maternal... Females have that idiot maternal instinct. Fortunately, the only maternal instinct I have is to my fur baby. Noted. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see. Leah says probably. Hold on a second. Anyway, Leah says probably because the black pill. Probably because the black pill and inkwell community is inherently born out of male hopelessness. Females don't have to deal with this, so their comprehension of antinatalism is more through a cerebral. Okay. JB says there are two things that we care about in so many other contexts, but not about procreation: consent and competence. Parents don't need any permission, licenses, or credentials. That's the plan, so that they can create more wage slaves. It doesn't matter how incompetent people are when it comes to potentially raising children. This world wants more wage slaves. Amazing. No, I'm serious. I hold on. Leah says pretty true, Patsy. I'm serious. How can anyone think that wage slavery is okay or even fun? How? How can how can anyone try to justify wage slavery? How can anyone criticize us for disliking wage slavery? What? You don't like wage slavery? How dare you? How dare you not like wage slavery? What? All the hours you can work, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. How can you not like that? How can you not like working like a slave? How can you not like? How can you not like working like you're a robot? How can you not like being overworked and getting such little pay? Hmm? Are you crazy? I love working 10 hours a day, 13, 14, 15 hours a day. I love that. I love working for 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if you don't love that, you're mentally ill. Bootlickers. Guys, I'm not being serious. I'm not a bootlicker. All right? I'm not a bootlicker. But I don't understand people like that who enjoy wage slavery or they dismiss someone else who doesn't like wage slavery. How can you people be so dismissive of those who don't like wage slavery? I don't get it. Wage slavery is mentally torturous. Can't be mad at people for feeling this way. This is our reality. If people hate wage slavery, why would you? I'm talking about the bootlickers, right? If someone else hates wage slavery, why would you be offended if that other person hates wage slavery? Why would you be offended? Why would you be offended if someone hates wage slavery? It doesn't make any sense. Let them hate wage slavery. If I hate wage slavery, what's it to you? Being offended by someone hating wage slavery is extremely retarded. Anyway, I don't understand humans, man. I really don't. David says men have shittier lives. That's why. I see. Interesting take. So you think there are more. You think that the reason why there are more men who are antinatalists than women who are antinatalists is because men have shittier lives. Interesting take. I'll keep that in mind. It's interesting. Coincidentally, there are more men who self delete compared to women. Yeah. So You may have a point. Black Hole says, fuck wage slavery. You're damn right. Fuck wage slavery. Darren Lee says, I have no job right now. Lots of free time and enjoy my hobbies, but I gotta find a damn job so the cycle continues. I see. I understand. Yeah, I love that free time. Yeah, free time, enjoying hobbies. I love that. I love the sound of that. Black Hole says, I'm sitting a lie. Wait, what? I'm setting a lie for 3 hours from now. Topic F wage slavery. Noted. Darren Lee says, and human resources BS and the damn cameras watching you at all times. I see. Leah says, yeah, autists don't grasp sarcasm sporadically. Mike Donegan says, as a pastor, I do a 2-for-1 special, circumcision and vasectomy. I see. I mean, Mike, I say this with all the love and respect in the world, but be careful because one could argue that you're playing with fire, regardless of your intentions. I say this in the most respectful way possible. Mike Donegan says, you think I'm serious? Do I think you're being serious? Of course, I don't think you're being serious. You're doing your shtick. Anyway. I could tell you were joking by the 2-for-1 special thing. Okay. Oh, by the way, this is off topic for a moment. Wedding rings and engagement rings. What makes them £10,000 or 100,000 or 300,000 pounds? Is it worth it? Is an engagement ring or a wedding ring really worth that amount of money? Is it really worth 5 or 6 digits? Mike Donegan says, but I would put a sterilization potion in the water. I see. Seriously, guys, regarding the whole wedding rings, engagement rings, some of them are like 100K, some of them are 10K, 20K, 30K, 15K. Is it really worth that? Do you think a wedding ring or an engagement ring is worth that amount? I need to know. If so, what makes a wedding ring or an engagement ring worth, you know, like 20K or 100K? Like, anyway, hold on. Did I miss a comment? Hold on a second. Leah says, I just realized I'll never win no matter what I do. That's very sobering. Just have to stay sober, and I just need to Brandon Max this reality for real. It's really sad that, um, it's really sad how shit men's lives can be. God damn. I'm just going to say Samsung. Samsung says no voting or medication out of this system that has been constructed that represses the nature that drives us. Money and jobs didn't exist for the majority of history. We had roles. This is slavery. Yeah. People think that in order for something to be slavery, it has to be chattel slavery. But no, no, no. Wage slavery is a thing. Modern slavery. Wage slavery is basically modern slavery. Just because we're getting money doesn't mean we're not slaves. During chattel slavery, okay, the slaves were given food and shelter. So what's your point? Slavery is slavery. Just because you're getting money or food or shelter doesn't mean you're not a slave. Black Hole says, it is done. I go live in 3 hours. You inspired it, TP. Well, thank you for the shout out and good luck. Darren Lee says, I hated working at a fast food restaurant and I will never work at another one ever again. You know what? I don't blame you. I personally would not want to work at a fast food restaurant because they would overwork you. For example, I've been to McDonald's and I've seen how the employees are overworked. I'm like, I would never want to work there because they're overworked and underpaid. So I'm just like, I'm glad I'm the customer and not the employee of McDonald's due to how overworked and, underpaid they are. God damn. Anyway, guys, question. Do you think a wedding ring or an engagement ring is worth £20,000? Is it really worth £20,000 for a wedding ring or an engagement ring? Let me know. What do you guys think? To me, that sounds like it's overpriced. Like, what makes a wedding ring or an engagement ring £20,000? It doesn't make sense. What makes it worth that much? Black Hole says, hell no, right? I don't think any ring, any engagement or any, I don't think any engagement ring or any wedding ring should be worth £20,000 or £100,000 or £300,000. Oh, Jesus. Black Hole. Mm-hmm. Wedding ring. Yeah. GOBTC Samsung says they have done a brilliant psychological operation on the population to gaslight and condition us to accept this. There is no real threat amongst us per se, just the system versus all of us. Leah says, F no. They just know they can get away with it. It's corporate. I agreed. So F no, as in F no, a wedding ring or engagement ring shouldn't be worth 20k. Fair enough. Rick and Backer says old and semi-retired, but applied for PT work at post office and convenience store chain and failed personality test on both. Worked for myself so long that can't be a corporate bootlicker. I see. I see. Noted, noted. Darren Lee says whether there's an afterlife or not. I think I'll just be happy leaving this life when my time comes. I see. So, like, of your own terms, of of your own accord, basically, like leaving life on your time. JB says jobs are crazy now with making you do all these surveys and personality tests during the interview process. Mm. No one asked for this. No one signed up for all this. Patsy Cline says engagement/wedding rings are more or less just like having kids. They are just for a show driven by a look at me ego. Good point. How much should a wedding ring cost? Because I don't think a wedding ring or an engagement ring should cost 20K. Basically, I don't think a wedding ring should cost at least £10,000. Like, what? If so, if it's worth £10,000 or £20,000 or whatever, what makes it cost that much? What makes it worth that much? Because I don't see it. I don't get it. Geo BTC Samsung says when a woman is attracted enough to you, she will spend money on you. Buying a ring for most men is cope. Money can't buy genetics and genuine attraction. Fair. Black Hole says, how about priceless thought provoker? Good one. St. Petersburg says, is it true that the woman doesn't think much when she's about to give birth to a child? Like I heard from some scientist on Lex Friedman's Lex Friedman's podcast that it's just a biological instinct for women. I mean, all she's thinking about is get this goddamn baby out of me. That's all. That's all she's thinking. St. Petersburg says, I wonder how true that is. Hey, St. Petersburg, are you a man or a woman? Please let me know. I'm just curious. You know, thinking about it, it is so sad, man, how bad men's lives are compared to women. I'm not saying women don't have bad lives, but I'm talking in the sense of the amount of suicides, the amount of self deletions that men have compared to women. That is really sad to think about. I mean, self deletion is sad, period, you know? It's because 9 times out of 10, you know, the person is feeling like extremely depressed to the point where they just want to be put out of their misery. I understand it's very sad though. St. Petersburg says, I'm a male. I see. I wish there were more women antinatalists. I really wish there were more. GeoBTC Samsung says the average man works 10 times harder for 10 times less. The female his forefathers had by birthright. Mm. Andrew says normies are breediots. Most women are normies. I see. I see what you did there. Leah says technology is a bane. We should minimize technology. It has brought us to the nightmare realm that we are in today. I see. Yeah, I mean, technology, like, AI, because of AI, now many people have lost their jobs. So. Who is that woman in your profile picture, by the way, Leah? Who is that woman? Some kind of K-pop artist or what? Who is that? If you don't mind me asking. Darren Lee says, I'm a Navy veteran, okay? I only joined to have more money and a job and get out of my hometown. Thank you for your service, sir. Darren Lee, you are a Navy veteran? All right. Well, thank you for your service. Wait a minute. Hold on. Are you from the United States? GOBTC Samsung says it's arrogance and ego. Why, if you are a waif? Do you mean wife? Anyway. Leah says correct TP. Yeah. Let's see. Darren Lee says yes, Texas. Okay, noted. GOBTC Samsung says, why, if you are a wage slave, would you breed more wage slaves? It's lacking of meaning and ego. Psychosis, because people can't accept how bad the environment is. Right. Doesn't make sense. All right. So let me ask you a little question. Hold on a second. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this, guys? So there was this mother on an airplane who was filming another woman, right? And the reason why this mother was filming this other woman on the airplane is because the mother was displeased at the fact that this other woman wouldn't move out of her seat so that the mother's child could sit in that seat. So the mother was filming that other woman and just put it on the internet just to try to make her look bad. What are your thoughts on that? Let's talk about it. Should this be a separate live? I don't know. I don't know. Black Hole says this life's nightmare. Black Hole says, why are we here? Black Hole says mother is paranoid. Interesting. Leah says she sounds vaccinated. The mother, okay. The way I see it is like, I look at it like this. If I am on an airplane and I've paid for my seat, and a parent comes up to me and asks me if I could move from my seat so that their child can sit in my seat, I will respectfully decline. And I don't see myself as a bad person for refusing to give up my seat, the seat that I paid for on an airplane, just because, you know, someone else's child wants to sit on my seat. No, I'm not giving it up. There's no way. Respectfully, there's no way. No way. And you, as a parent, should not be displeased or upset or angry. Next time, no, let this be a lesson to you as a parent. Next time, just order, just get those tickets, purchase those tickets, you know, for that particular seat so that your child can sit on that seat. It is very simple. I should not be made to look like the bad guy because I refuse to move out of my seat for your child. Samsung says microaggression from psychological repression of living in an over domesticated and over socialized society. You can't repress the nature that drives us in this technocracy without this repression. Andrew says planes are scary and dangerous enough, yet normies still love to flight on them. For me personally, if I get on a plane and we die, then we die. I'm very fearless when it comes to planes. Black Hole says no need for disrespect, no need for people to do unnecessary actions. Yeah. Darren Lee says I haven't flown on a plane in years, but after the plane epidemic this year, I'm hesitant about boarding one these days. Andrew says like the blacks that go crazy on cruise ships, when half of them probably don't even know how to swim. I see. Where did that come from? I Saint Petersburg says at the thought provoker, I agree, man. I fled from Russia when the war started, and lots of young men at 20 to 21 just died. Some sent by own parents. In lots of countries, men's life doesn't have much value, which is sad. Darren Lee says days. All right, yeah. Leah says at Andrew, magic individuals fatigue. Black Hole says break the cycle. Yeah, break the cycle. Okay. Does anyone want to come up? So here's the deal. I'm gonna wait 5 minutes. For someone to come up. Not by force, of course, but I'm just gonna wait 5 minutes. If 5 minutes are up and no one has come up, then I'll just end the live stream because I don't really have much to say. So I'm gonna chill for now. There's the link in the live chat. Leah says, "Goddamn, my fatigue doesn't stop. Excess male can't catch a break." I see. Leah, do you know the name of the person in your profile picture? Do you know the name of this person? Please let me know. Leah says, "Leah, that's the idol I named it after." So this K-pop star is called Leah. Huh. Mhm. Wait, hold on. The person at the back. Hey Gabe, have I had you on this panel before? Please let me know. Please let me know. Be honest with me. Have I had you on this panel before? I'm just checking. Let me know in the private chat. Black Hole says, "Thank you for your channel, TP. You're very welcome." Gabe, I don't know if you can hear me, but please let me know in the private chat. Hold on. Okay. Hey Gabe, how are you, man?
Good. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Welcome, man.
Thanks for having me on.
Nice. So, are you new to my channel?
New to being on the channel, but not like
Like the
watching.
panel. Like this is your first time being on the panel, but as far as watching
Yeah,
it,
yeah. But I've been watching and engaging in the chat before. Yeah.
yeah, I recognized your name. I just, yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, right on.
Nice. So, welcome to my live panel. Oh, and he's gone. Holy shit. He'll be back. We'll just wait. Let's have a look. Oh, okay, I see. Um, in just in case, I'll leave the link in the live chat again, just in case. Patsy Klein says, "I remember Gabe." Yeah, his name looks familiar. Hmm. Hmm. In the meantime, you guys can come up and say whatever you want. At this point, let me change the banner. You guys can say whatever you want. Let me take this off. Oh, hang on. Free for all convo. Convo. Boom. Free for all convo. All right, welcome back, Gabe.
Hey, what's up, man? I don't know what that was about. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Your mic is great.
Okay, right on. Yeah, I don't know if it's like a signal thing. That was weird,
That's fine.
but yeah, it sounds like you got like a sort of anti-natalist discussion going.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, somewhat. It's this live stream in particular is more specific. Although now I changed my banner scrolling at the bottom. It now says free for all convo, so we could literally just talk about anything. We could talk about the same thing we were talking about earlier. We could talk about just anything. So it's just a free for all. It's just a free flowing conversation. So it means you can change subject anytime you want. But
Gotcha.
nonetheless, but in terms of what we were talking about before, we were just talking about, the topic of bringing children into this world to become wage slaves. So the title says, "Don't have children to become future wage slaves."
Yeah, absolutely, 100% agree. It's a subject that I'm kind of obsessing over right now because I actually recently just found out, well, relatively, I guess maybe this year or last year, just found out about antinatalism.
Cool.
Yeah, such a
Nice.
great rabbit hole. Along with Gnosticism, like I feel like those two go together beautifully too,
Mm,
which is
okay.
another reason why I love it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, why bring like that's like the most compassionate thing you can do, right? Is to not bring anyone into this horrible planet. Like,
Agreed. Yeah. Agreed.
yeah. Like I tell
Agreed.
people, like I love my kids so much that I refuse to bring them here
Yeah. 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 No, of
because I don't have
course.
kids.
It's no, of course. It's funny that some people would say that you know some of us child-free people, antinatalist or not, would say that, oh, we hate children, that's why we're not having children. And it's
Right.
like, no, it's that assumption that because we don't have children, it must be because we hate children. But no,
Right.
I would argue that we love children so much that we don't want to bring them into this world. If we hated children, we would bring them into this world. That's just my opinion.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm so like I don't know if I'd say critical, but yeah, I guess maybe critical for some parents, maybe even many or most parents
That's fine.
that they have kids for like selfish reasons. Like
Hmm.
it's not
Yeah,
even really like, oh, I want to whatever bring life into the world. I want to contribute to the world, contribute to society, and it's like, well, but then when you really talk to them about it and you get deeper into it, like you know, it kind of, it turns out that they just want little ego projects, like, oh look, this is a little mini me. Like, it's very
Mhm.
narcissistic too in many ways, right? Or like it can be, like, and then there's the whole thing of like, oh well, you can adopt, you can take care of the life that's already here.
Yeah,
Oh no, no, but no, I want my own. I want my own DNA. I want my own bloodline. I want my own legacy. And I think that's
which is
just,
selfish. Yeah,
it's
it's
selfish,
not
bro.
about the kid. It's not about the kid. Because parents, the problem with parents is they act like they're doing their children a favor by bringing
Right.
them into this world,
Right.
but it's so false.
Exactly.
Like, no, as a parent, you're not doing your children a favor by bringing
No.
them into this world, because you could have adopted, but you decided that you wanted to create your own children into existence instead of adopting the children that are already here and are in actual need of
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah, they're already screwed because they already exist. They've already
At
brought
least
into
with the
creation.
at least with the people who are in need of, parents, at least they, yeah, they are actually in need. But the people you choose to create into existence, they were not in need of coming into existence. That's just a fact.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah,
Exactly.
parents need to understand. Yeah, you're not doing your children a favor by creating them. No, you're doing yourselves a favor. You are gifting yourselves. You're not gifting your children. Because
That's
they say
right.
life is a gift, but no, no, no. Those
No,
children are your gift as a
that's right.
parent. Yeah. So they need to remember, as the minute you create someone into this world, understand that your children owe you nothing.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, you know what? I think you're the first person I heard on YouTube to say that.
Hmm.
Even among like the antinatalist communities, I haven't heard that yet. But yeah,
Hmm.
I think I heard that from you.
Right. It
It's so
doesn't make
true.
sense. It doesn't make sense. How can you force someone into this world that they never asked to be a part of, and
Yeah,
then tell them that they owe you? That makes no sense. That's dumb.
that's right.
Because
Or you kick them out at 18 years old. And you're like, oh, figure it
exactly,
out. Like, well, you created this
exactly.
situation. Like,
Not only did you create the situation, but you didn't do your job as a parent to guide your children. Don't be surprised when they
yes.
don't know what to do at the age of 18. It's your fault
Yeah.
as a parent.
Well, because the school system isn't going to teach them, and like society isn't, the society and school system are right, especially like public schools. That's just gonna teach them how to be a good taxpayer, a good factory worker, a good wage slave. It's not gonna teach
Right.
them how to thrive. That would theoretically be the parents' job, but the parents' job is so brainwashed by the system as well that like they're screwed no matter what. So, and then they're surprised that the child ends up being a quote unquote deadbeat, stay at home son or well, no, daughter, whatever. But it's like, why are you surprised? You brought them into this shitty system that is only getting worse over time and it's only getting harder and harder. Like,
Mhm.
what did you expect was going to happen? And
Yeah.
now,
Inflation is a thing. It's
yes,
a real thing. Like, it's getting worse and worse. And, don't be surprised if your children are still living with you, in their 20s or 30s. Don't
yeah,
criticize them, because inflation is really bad for a lot of people. Like, houses cost way more than they did back then. So, you
yeah.
know.
And I mean, I've known people in their 40s that are still living with their parents, and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
No, facts, facts. And
like,
by the way, for anyone watching, there is absolutely nothing wrong with living with your parents. They are your
not at all.
parents. So don't listen to people, don't listen to idiots who try to criticize you for still living with your parents. I'll say that again. Do not listen to idiots who try to criticize you or shame you or belittle you for living with your parents. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with it. They are your own flesh and blood. And you living with your parents is nobody else's business. All right. They are your family. And you know they are people that would you rather live with people that you don't know, who you don't trust, flatmates? At the end of the day, whether you're living with your parents or living with flatmates, you're still living with someone either way. If you're not going to be shamed for living with flatmates, why would you be shamed for living with your parents? Parents are basically just flatmates that are related to you. The whole concept of shaming someone for living with their parents is stupid and retarded. I'm just being honest. It's hurting no one.
Facts.
If someone else is living with their parents, like, why would I be so stupid to make fun of that person for living with their parents, whether they are a man or woman? It doesn't matter, because how are they affecting me? If someone else is living with their parents, how are they affecting me? They're not affecting me. I think, right, I don't know, Gabe, have you seen me make that video about this topic, about, shaming and belittling people for living with their parents is disgusting? Have you seen that
Yeah,
video by any
yeah,
chance?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't even not that long ago, right?
It's probably like over a year ago or so.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, I probably saw it. I probably saw it recently because I recently discovered your channel. So you may have made it
Cool.
a while ago, but I just
Oh,
started
okay.
watching. So yeah, that's probably
Noted.
why.
Noted. Yeah, it's just silly, you know. People shouldn't be shamed for living with their parents. That's stupid, But I've given some reasons in that video as to why I think some people shame others for living with their parents. And one of the reasons I came up with is jealousy. They're jealous
Mm,
that other people are living with their parents and are able to save money, whilst the belittlers are, they were forced at a very young age to move out, and now they have to spend most of their salary on rent. So that's what I think it is. It's probably jealousy. You have to spend so much money, most about 80% of your salary, on a house that you're forced to move into by your parents, whereas there are other people still living with their parents, but they can save money. In fact, they don't even have to spend any money on rent, because there are some parents who don't charge their children rent, which I applaud them for. You shouldn't charge your children rent. I strongly believe, dude, that a parent should never charge their children rent. Once again, you
agreed.
force them into this world. How can you force someone into
Yeah,
this world that they never signed up for, and then you're like, all right, pay up? What? Are you kidding me? You force someone into this
right.
world, and then you're asking them to pay you for living with you? You put them in that home. It is their home too. How dare you ask them to pay you?
Yeah, and
That's
society already demands
pathetic.
you pay. Society
Yeah,
already demands that you pay taxes. Society already demands that you pay your way. And on top of it, you're just going to add to that by saying you have to pay rent to live here in the house that I bought, the person that created you, that forced you into this
yeah,
world. Like
yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
ridiculous. I
It
saw
is ridiculous.
an anti-natalist video recently from I think the channel's called Don't Have Kids or Stop Having Kids or something.
Yeah, stop having kids. Yeah, that's the channel.
I love that channel. It's like an activist, an antinatalist activism type thing. But there was a line that was said in one of their videos that I watched recently or today, actually earlier today. But it stuck out to me, and it was so true. It's what was it? It was creating life or something, or giving birth, uh, or procreating or something like that, or is an act of violence. Like bringing someone into this world is
It's a
literally like an
gamble.
act of.
Like, okay, is it something about, creating someone into this world is a gamble with someone else's life or something along those lines, or
They've
is
said
that not
that before
exactly?
too. They've said that
Oh, okay.
before too, which is also like absolutely true, right? But this one was like giving birth or like creating life into this world is an act of violence, specifically violence, and I'm like, wow,
Like
that's so
imposing.
true.
I mean, yeah, it's imposing, so many possibilities of harm, onto your
Yeah.
child. Yeah.
Well, when you think about it, the actual act of giving birth, like that whole
Hmm.
thing is it's traumatizing for the baby. Like, and it's not fun for the mother giving birth. Like, it's
Hmm.
painful, like it's physically painful.
Hmm.
The baby
Imagine how
comes in
painful.
crying.
Imagine how painful it is for the baby. That's probably why the baby's crying
Yeah,
anyway.
and
Because, like,
terrifying,
imagine like a vice grip just gripping you as you're being squeezed out.
right?
Yeah, like, oh, it's like being bear hugged. You know, it
Yeah,
feels like a bear hug for the baby. Being squeezed out of the vagina. Damn,
right.
it's crazy.
So I really
That's really
resonated with that.
freaking scary. That's really scary when you think about it. Like you didn't ask to be here, but you're being pushed out of
Hmm.
someone, and it's a long process as well. Like you're still
Yes.
in between, the mother's hoo-ha, and it's like get it over with so I can come out of here. But yeah, you're still in between, and you're being crushed. That's crazy.
Yeah. And then you're in the hospital with these lights like shining in your face, and these doctors with these gloves on and these covered in masks and like grabbing you, handling you, and you're just like, what the f is going on? Like, where am
Mhm.
I?
You're
You have
just
no
absolutely
memory.
clueless. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's traumatizing. That's like, I know like it's an act of nature, right, giving birth, but that sounds like child abuse. The whole and Nate, like, fuck nature, right? I fucking hate like it's all bullshit. It's not even just like, in my opinion, it's not just these like artificial constructs that we create as society, right? It's also like nature itself, like the birthing process sucks because nature sucks, and like this world sucks. Like everything about this place is like a prison, right?
Yeah, it
So
is.
like fuck all of it. It's not even just the systems man created and put in place, and oppression through whatever the economy or the whatever, capitalism, corporations, whatever. It's also just like, because that's another thing too, right? Like, let's say if you were born into a rich family, like you were born
Mhm.
into, what if you're like a billionaire trust fund baby? You're born into a billionaire family. You like, materially speaking, let's say you have everything, your life is still going to be shitty. Like, I mean, it may not be the same as someone born into a third world country in poverty, but they're like, your life is still going to be painful. The challenges may look different, but like, we're still trapped in these like limited bodies like
Mhm.
that demand things of us, like, right, you don't get to decide when you have to go to the bathroom. You have to get up and go to the bathroom, or you're hungry. You have these limitations of hunger. You have these limitations of,
Mhm.
yeah, a void that you need to fill inside you, the need to be loved, the need to belong, the need for this and that, and like, no, like, suffering is guaranteed in this world, even if you
Yes.
have everything you need, but
There isn't a
happiness
single
is not.
person. There isn't a single person that hasn't suffered. Literally, that's why we seek happiness, because we're suffering in the moment, and we seek happiness to negate the suffering. Like literally, if you're not seeking happiness, you're suffering in the moment. You
That's
know,
right.
that's why we look for things to do.
Well,
If
and
we
that's
weren't
why you see
suffering, we
like
wouldn't be.
celebrities. Oh yeah,
No,
go
go
ahead.
on.
Well, that's why you see like rich people and celebrities like on antidepressants, or like overdosing on drugs, or like that have
Hmm.
addictions, because it's like, it's being here like sucks, like no matter how well off you are. That's why there are suicide rates among well off people, or depression rates, or antidepressant usage, or cheating, divorce, like even among the best among us. So like, there really is no escaping the horror of this world. Like, it's all bad.
Yep. Except death.
Death
Hmm.
is like sweet release. Like,
Hmm.
it's like going back to where it's going back to the, I mean, whatever you believe in, but like kind of like the nothingness of where you came, like the peace of that nothingness.
It's like sleeping forever. That's how I
Yeah.
imagine.
Right, right. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
For anyone watching, no, I am not promoting anyone to take their own life. That's their own prerogative, but that's not necessarily what I'm encouraging or promoting.
yeah, no,
That's
that's not
just
what
their
either of us are
prerogative.
saying.
Yeah, no, I'm just making that clarification because some people like to twist shit.
Yeah, I
But
hate that shit. I don't know what anyone's saying in the comments or in the chat right now, but that's not what we're saying. It's
yeah, yeah.
really annoying when people say that, because it's
Oh
like,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
well, or like when people will say things like to the antinatalist, like, activists, like, oh, so you should just kill yourself, or you're just telling people to kill yourselves, or you pro suicide. It's like, there's a difference between saying we shouldn't procreate than like we should end our lives, right? It's not like a
Exactly.
suicide cult. Like, it's
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But emotional people who are put off by antinatalism, they're going to say, "Oh, why don't you go kill yourself?" and blah blah. I don't. Have
yeah,
you seen my
stupid.
latest video by any chance of where it's titled "Stop telling people to off themselves"?
I don't think so, but I should check it out. Sounds
Definitely check
good.
it out. I won't even spoil it, but yeah, definitely check it out. But yeah, people need to stop, telling us, "Oh, why don't you go kill yourself?" Because at the end of the day, it's irrelevant. For one, we don't have to off ourselves. I'm gonna say off instead of kill.
Sure.
We it's a stupid question because for one, we don't have to off ourselves in order to experience death. True or false?
Ooh, we don't have to offer ourselves to experience death.
Yeah, true or false? We don't have to off ourselves in order to experience death.
That sounds like a really deep question.
Yeah, but it's as simple as no, we don't have to off ourselves in order to experience death because death is inevitable.
Right. Oh, right. Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see what you're
that's what I
saying.
meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
As
you
in,
meant
like,
like, oh, because we feel dead inside for most of our lives. So I don't know
yeah,
if you make like a metaphor kind of like that,
I,
but
I understand, but now you know. So when I say we true or false, we don't have to off ourselves in order to experience death. I
yes,
mean, as in,
yes,
we're going to die whether we choose to
absolutely.
off ourselves or not. So it's
Yes,
unnecessary, is what I'm saying. It's
yes,
unnecessary. I don't have to off myself in order to experience death. At
right,
some point in life, I'm going to die. so
right.
so all this, oh, why don't you go kill yourself, is it's absolutely uncalled for. It's unnecessary. It's very immature. It's
Well,
very
and
immature.
it's a straw man argument. It's like you're
Yeah,
not
it
even
is. Oh,
addressing what we're saying.
it's a straw man on steroids.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a straw man on steroids, and that just you know what? And those types of people are some of the reasons as to why people want to, exit life because of people like that.
because there's a majority.
So I don't know about majority, but like, yeah, a significant amount of people are like that. Yeah, like they will say, "Oh, why don't you go, off yourself?" And it's like, it makes me think, wow, you will tell people to go off themselves, but dude, these same people that will tell others to go off themselves are the same people who are against euthanasia and assisted
Right,
offing, assisted self-offing. They are against those things.
which is
And it
crazy.
makes, yeah, that's weird, don't you think? Why would you tell
Yes,
people to go off themselves, yet you are against euthanasia and assisted self-offing? That's weird. That's very ironic,
that
isn't
is
it?
weird. That is weird.
You would think that they would be for euthanasia and, assisted self-offing. You would think they would be for that. But it sounds to me like they are they are against euthanasia and um they are against euthanasia and assisted self-offing because if they want people to off themselves in in a way that causes them to suffer. That's how it comes across. It's like
Mm,
you got this painless, peaceful way of dying, but you would rather people, you know, risk getting injured, risk getting crippled.
right.
You would rather have people experience a painful self-deletion. It's disgusting.
It really is.
Yeah. So you don't mind if people hang themselves with a rope, you don't mind if people jump off cliffs, but you draw the line at euthanasia and its assisted self-deletion? You
I think
people are
because it's like,
sick.
I think because it's like, I don't know. I'm not in their heads. I really
But do you
don't
see
know.
my
But
point, Gabe? Like how
yeah, absolutely.
these
It's
people don't mind if people, you know, attempt self-deletion via jumping off a cliff or hanging themselves, but
right.
when it comes to a painless death, via euthanasia or assisted self-deletion, then all of a sudden that's where they're against those two things. Like, oh
Yeah, it's
no, no,
almost
I'm against you.
sadistic.
That's
Yeah,
disgusting.
it's almost sadistic. It's like, oh,
It's
you want to go out
it is worse than
painlessly?
sadistic.
You want to go out
Exactly.
painlessly? No, we
Exactly. You
can't
don't
allow
want these
that.
people. Yeah. Oh, you don't. The people that you tell to go off themselves, you don't want them to go out in a painless way. You'd rather them suffer. Nah, get the hell out of here. These people are evil. Evil
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
do it justice, man. That's sick.
right.
That's part of what I talk about in one of my latest videos regarding the whole stop telling people to go off themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're hypocrites as well. When people who tell others to go off themselves, they're hypocrites for obvious
Yeah.
reasons. Yeah, they're
I mean, I'm
hypocrites.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're not offing yourself. So why would you tell other people to go off themselves if you're not doing
Are
it yourself?
are you talking about like in the context of like the antinatalist debate,
No, 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 no.
or
What
just
I'm
like in
saying,
general?
listen, what I'm saying is, those idiots, those assholes who tell anyone to go off themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling them hypocrites because they're not offing themselves. I'm not saying they should off themselves. I'm just saying they're hypocrites because they don't off themselves. You don't want
Right.
to off yourself? Okay, then don't tell other people to go off themselves.
Right. Right. Right.
You see my point?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. Let's see. Leah says, "Yeah, we're not a deaf cult. The world is lol." Yeah, I mean, when it comes to deaf, yeah, we're not a deaf cult. It's just, at the end of the day, always remember, there's this particular word that people need to use more often. It's called projection. People are just projecting. All right, they're just projecting. People, when they don't like a certain ideology, they'll try to misrepresent it. They will try to misrepresent it, because they're offended by the ideology. Why would you, as a human being, be offended by the idea of, hey, let's not bring children into this world because there's too much suffering in this world? Why would anyone be offended by that? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, Darren Lee says, I viewed that video at For Provoke. Oh, cool. Nice. Don't forget to leave a comment underneath the video. Leah says, it's very uncouth. Mhm.
I think maybe one idea might be as to potentially why they might feel so offended by that is because so many of us are, our society is conditioned to almost make that part of their identity, like, like, oh, my job is to become a parent and reproduce and start a family, right? Like that's become the part of the fabric of who and what I am. So when someone comes in and says the opposite, it's like you're threatening that identity that's been conditioned into them, and so they feel the need to like violently defend it. Maybe. I mean, that's just like a thought I had as to potentially why that might be the case for some people reacting that way.
I see. Well, they are irrational. Those people who think that way, they're irrational.
Absolutely. It's like they're responding with sheer emotion. Like
Yeah, a lot of people, that's the problem with people. People, I think many, if not most humans are just overly emotional. Not just emotional, but
yeah.
overly emotional. Because, we're all emotional, but like, not all of us are overly emotional. That's being overly emotional, you know?
Hmm. Yeah. Like it's not, you can't just be like, "Huh, okay, I don't agree with that," and move on. Like you've got to like really like tear someone apart because you disagree so
Hmm.
much. All right? Like
Hmm.
it's kind of crazy. Like just
Yeah, or misrepresent someone because you disagree.
yeah. Yeah.
Misrepresenting is where I draw the line. You can disagree with me, but don't try to misrepresent me. Try to make me look like this bad guy. Like, don't do that. That's where I draw the line.
Mhm. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's see. Andrew says normies want us to suffer. That is so sick. That is so sick. You tell people, assholes tell others to go off themselves, but when euthanasia and assisted self-deletion become legal, now they're against that because these assholes want others to suffer if they're going to self-delete. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. You don't want them to have a painless, peaceful death? Nah. You don't want them to die with dignity? Nah. Assholes.
Well,
Anyway,
and correct me if I'm wrong, but even places where it is legal, self-deletion is like right, systemic, safe, regulated, legal. Um, even those places, you need there needs to be some kind of like approval, like some kind of medical thing, right?
right, right.
Medical, like it would be so cool to live in a world where it's like, yeah, I just don't want to be here anymore. Can I do this? Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah. Just a world where, you can just exit at any time you please,
Yeah.
and you don't have to be terminally ill.
You don't even have to have you don't have to even state what the reason is. Like kind of
Right.
like isn't this crazy? Like we have like you have the freedom to buy alcohol and destroy your life and destroy other lives with your alcoholism. But
And
hey, you
cigarettes.
right? Or cigarettes, like whatever. But you can't make a soft exit?
That's when they're against it all of a
Isn't that
sudden.
mind-blowing?
Mind
You can
blowing. Yeah.
self-harm and even harm others, right? Like alcohol, yeah, or you could kill someone else in a drunk driving accident. It doesn't just destroy you, but yeah, you can destroy your own life or destroy your own health with alcoholism. Like if you're of adult age and it's like, okay, you have the means to do it, you're of age, whatever. Yeah, go ahead and do this thing. We've legalized this thing. You can
Mhm.
drink just because you feel like you want to have a drink, but you can't have a soft exit just because you feel like you want to have a soft exit.
Right. Think about this, dude. We were forced into this world, but all of a sudden it's wrong for someone to self delete.
Right.
Does That's not fair.
It's very
If I was forced
archonic.
into this world, then it's only fair that I'm given the right to self, to self
Yeah.
off, you know, and it
Yeah.
should be I should have the right to do it in a way that's painless, and yeah, just painless. That's the
Yeah.
main thing.
Peaceful and painless. But
Painless
that
and
that doesn't serve
guaranteed.
the system. Right.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
dude. Speaking of the system, so you mentioned cigarettes. So let me ask you something. Do
Yeah.
you which do you consider worse for your health? Cigarettes or weed?
Ooh. Uh. Hmm. I'm not a fan of either, but I guess cigarettes only because they put so many chemicals in there.
The reason I ask is because if cigarettes are worse than weed, isn't it funny how cigarettes are legal like damn near everywhere, but
Oh yeah.
when it comes to weed, all of a sudden it's illegal in most places,
Right. Yeah. No, it's stupid. Like the system's stupid. Yeah. Of
even
course.
though
Yeah.
cigarettes are worse. Think
Much
about that.
worse. And alcohol has the potential to be worse than both of them in the short term because you don't hear. I mean, I've never heard about like a high driving accident. Like, oh, you killed someone because I was too high. I'm not saying it's never happened. I don't know, but you hear countless stories of people killing other people from drunk driving accidents,
Mhm.
and yet that's legal and weed's not. I mean,
Yeah.
weed's not in most places.
Mhm. Which states in the United States is weed legal in?
For like recreational use and medical use, I think California.
Mm. I've heard
Uh,
Oh yeah, California. Okay, so California weed is legal over there.
yeah, and I think a lot of like blue coastal states are there's a pretty good chance. I don't really keep close attention to this, but
Is it
yeah,
legal in your state?
well that is technically my state. I'm not living there now, but that's my home state is California. But where I'm at now, Indiana, no, it's not.
No, okay, noted.
Which makes sense because it's Indiana, right? That's I don't know
Have
when
you
they're gonna
have
do it.
you have you tried weed before?
Oh yeah, many
Oh,
times.
all right, cool. I personally haven't, but what is it? What is it like?
It's kind of hard to describe, but it kind of feels like I guess like you're dreaming, like
Mm,
everything slows down. It
mm.
can be really fun. I mean, but it's just I don't know. I consider it pretty like degenerate and a useless thing to do. It just in
Oh,
my
go full
opinion.
throttle, man. No, hey, listen, on my channel, go raw, go full throttle.
Oh
Go
yeah,
be full,
I think
go
it's a
full throttle with your
complete. Yeah, I
opinion.
think it's a complete. I mean, I've seen people like I've had like close friends that like
Hmm.
I don't know if I'd say it destroyed their lives, but it's because it's like weed, but it really like slows you down, like in life too. It really
Hmm.
just like it it kills like your motivation. It becomes your number one priority, right? And I'm talking about those who like get addicted to it, right? Because it's easy to get addicted to.
Did you feel sluggish when you took weed?
Oh yeah,
Mm.
sluggish and like hungry, like craving
Oh,
food.
there's that as well. I think people use the term munchies. They get
Yeah, exactly. And I was hooked
so
on it for a little bit, but I mean,
okay.
I thankfully got out of that. I'm not a huge fan of substance use. I mean, that used to be my thing, and like
Mm.
from like 14 years old to like 25, like substance use and
Wait,
alcohol, and
14 years old to 25.
yeah, yep, I started early.
Oh, okay. All right.
Um, I guess you could say I got it all out of my system, but like I think that's all kind of a flawed idea too, because it's like okay, like I'm not gonna lie. Did I have fun? Did I have fun in those years, like doing substances and like partying and stuff? Yes, but if I could go back and do it again, would I? No. Would I recommend people go through that? No. So I always think it's awesome when people like yourself say I've never done X before. I think
Mm,
that's so awesome. Like you're not missing out on anything. Like just because it
mm.
can be fun doesn't mean it's a good thing to, you know, get into per se.
Like it doesn't mean it's worth indulging in.
Yeah, exactly. It's in my opinion, it's not. Some people may disagree. Some people in the chat may even disagree. Like, oh, well, I do it from time to time. Da da da. Well, okay, yeah. I mean, and that's great. That works for you. But like, it also has the potential to ruin you if you're not careful.
Okay, so Leah says weed doesn't damage your organs. Okay, so she he was referring to the conversation we had about, the comparison between weed and cigarettes.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's why he made this comment. But
Sure.
so my
It
question
puts
to you.
tar into your lungs, though. Like
Mhm,
weed can
mhm.
still fuck up your lungs because like you're smoking, you're still burning your. I mean, it's tar in your lungs still, right? So
I
it's.
see.
I mean, there's other ways to do it too. Like you don't have to smoke weed. You can take like edibles and stuff. So there's also
Yeah,
that.
yeah, like brownies and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's less
So
harmful, I think.
okay, so when you took weed, here's my question. Um, did you did you I guess what I'm trying to ask is, did you overuse weed? Because from what I hear from some people, they, like, for example, my favorite wrestler, Rob Van Dam. Have you heard of Rob Van Dam by any chance?
I have not.
Oh, okay. He was one of the he's one of the best wrestlers in the world back in his day. But
Oh, nice.
basically, he is an advocate for weed. Like, when you think of weed, you will think of him. Especially if you're a
Okay.
wrestling fan. Otherwise,
Okay.
if you're not a wrestling fan, then you'll probably think of someone like Snoop Dogg or something. That's
Uh huh.
someone who comes to mind when you think of, who comes to mind when you think of weed. It could be anyone. Who comes to your mind?
I don't even think of like. Well, I guess like Cheech and Chong or something.
Cheech and
um,
Chong. Hang on. I think I've looked at someone. Cheech. Wait, hold on. Cheech and Chong. Spell the name for me, please.
I didn't even know how to spell it. So Chong, I think is like Chong.
Cheech
Cheech.
and
S
Chong.
SHE. Oh, my
Wait, hold on.
internet's.
Cheech and Chong. Hang on. Cheech and Chong. Oh, is it two
Yeah.
people looking like stereotypically Mexican?
Well, they're like pothead. It's pothead humor.
Oh, no, no, but I'm looking at the clothing. Is this like like, are they meant to be dressed like stereotypical Mexicans, or?
I think they are Mexican, but like I think the whole humor is like pothead humor, right? I don't know
Oh,
if
okay.
they. Yeah.
By the way, for everyone watching, remember I emphasized the word stereotypical. I don't think all Mexicans are like this. Anyway,
No,
uh,
definitely not. But yeah, I mean, I just think of like stuff like that, or like do you know like Jay and Silent Bob,
who?
stuff like that. Jay and Silent Bob. I think that's also
Jay
more.
and Silent Bob.
Yeah, like stoner humor type stuff. But I
Jay
mean,
and Silent
I mostly think of like people I grew up with. The type of person I grew
Jay
up with is
and
comes to
Silent
mind.
Jay and Silent Bob. Hang on. Jay and Silent Bob. Okay, so basically, one's wearing a cap, the other one's wearing a hat. Okay, so this is
Hmm.
okay. Yeah, I haven't
So
seen
yeah,
this.
that's what I think of.
All right. I
That type of
mean,
stuff.
all right. So those are the people that come to mind when you think of weed.
Yeah.
All right, cool, interesting. So, regarding weed, is it because some people, right? The reason I mentioned Rob Van Dam is because he mentioned in an interview that weed is not the problem. The problem is when people like use it incorrectly or that they overuse it, something like that. So, do
Yeah.
you think that was your case when you used weed? Was it that you overused it or you used it? Yeah, did you do too much weed? Is that what it was?
Yes, I feel like there was a point in time where yes, it was pretty like all consuming in terms of like yeah, my life, my lifestyle. Yeah, absolutely.
So, if you had less weed, right, you would still
Mhm.
indulge, but you had less of it. Do you think you would have been fine?
I think I would have been fine, but I think what happened was like I don't know. I mean, I don't know where to pinpoint when this happened, but there was a point where weed just became really strong. I don't. It might have been like when the legal stuff really started taking off. But like weed started becoming less enjoyable because it made me paranoid, like just really
Mm,
paranoid, and no
I've heard
longer
about
was fun.
that. I've heard about
Yeah,
that. Yeah, people have been saying that makes them paranoid. When I hear stuff like this, I'm thinking, why would anyone ever want to touch weed? Period. No,
right.
no disrespect. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. You know,
What's it like
it's
a
no
numbing
shade.
thing?
But let
Like,
me read this. Wait one second. So Leah says Trump is trying to take weed to a schedule-free drug. This might be good. Thoughts? It's okay if you don't have any, but just wondering.
what does that even? I don't even. So level three. What does that? What does that mean? I'm so out of the loop with that
That's okay. No, that's okay. I don't.
legal legal
I don't.
stuff.
That's all
The
right.
legal side
Dar-
of it, I have no idea. Is Schedule Three like considered like a harder drug?
no idea. Uh, Darren Lee says that Ghostbusters game on Xbox 360 was damn fun too. Ghostbusters, I haven't played that to be honest. I've played Call of Duty. I've played FIFA. What about you, man?
Like video games?
Yeah, video games. Video
I
games, bro.
I really liked Fallout, specifically New Vegas. That was the best Fallout
Oh,
game in my opinion.
you played Fallout, dude?
Heck yeah, man.
I like how you caught on. Anyway.
I mean, like
uh,
legit though. Like it's
yeah.
I would replay that game again.
Oh, wow.
I love those open world kind of like single player story driven
Okay.
games, you know?
Have you played Call of Duty?
Oh yeah.
Call of Duty. What was your favorite? Like, have you played the campaigns? Not just the multiplayer, but the campaigns.
Yeah, I prefer the campaign. I mean they're cool. I mean it's like another shooter, right? Shooters are fun. Um
Yeah. Um. No, but do you have a favorite campaign? What was your favorite Call of Duty campaign?
uh,
For
what
me,
was
one of
the
my favorites was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 campaign.
yeah,
That
that's the
was
one everyone
awesome.
likes.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. And Black Ops as well. Call of Duty Black Ops
What
campaign.
was the most
That
recent? Was it 7 or because I
dude,
stopped.
I
It
am
was like
so
really short.
surprised. Dude, I
Why
am so freaking surprised
huh?
that there's a Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I'm like, there's a 7? Like,
Yeah,
how
like
long has it
there's
been?
7 of these.
Like, I remember
Yeah.
the last Black Ops game I played was Call of Duty Modern War. No, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. But there's a 7
Right.
now? I'm like, wow, time flies.
Right. Yeah, there was like a time jump, a time skip.
Jeez. But Modern Warfare, I've played all the Call of Duty Modern Warfare games from 1 to 3. They were all awesome.
Okay, nice.
Did you play all the Modern Warfare campaigns from 1 to 3?
No. No.
No, that's fine. You know who
I
you
mean, did
sound
you
like?
I mean, like people hype them up, but I don't know. Did you? I mean, clearly not, because you said you love them so much. But like, did was there ever a point where you're like, this is kind of getting redundant, or no, not at all?
No, I mean, listen, I played the campaigns. I wasn't much of a fan of online, but that was because I was terrible online. I kept getting shot. So Yeah, it
Right.
wasn't for me. But the campaigns, they were fun to play. They were
Okay.
very fun to play. But nonetheless, oh wait, hang on. Uh, Leah says the government weed is ammo for the gangster talking program. Don't take it.
What?
The government weed is ammo for the gangster talking program. Don't take it.
Gangster talk.
That's funny. No, because a lot of quote unquote people, who do talk like they're gangsters, a lot of them take weed.
Oh
I have
yeah,
noticed that.
like a lot of thuggy people
Yeah,
smoke
yeah,
weed.
thuggish people, hood people.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course they're included in that. So many people, so many different types of people smoke weed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've met
Uh,
all kinds of potheads.
Potheads. Why do Americans call it pot?
That's a great question. I have no idea. That's just what I've always heard growing up.
Uh, that is so funny.
I'm
Pot.
sure there's a reason, an origin story.
You Americans are hilarious. You guys call it pot. Sorry, pot. You guys got any pot?
Pot, pot. You got pot, bro. Yeah,
What name? Like not marijuana, no pot. Anyway,
pot,
Leah.
weed, dope. Have
What
you heard
did you
dope?
call it? What did you call it back in the day? Did you call it pot or what?
Oh yeah, we called it pot. We called it dope. We called it weed. We called it weed a lot,
Uh,
probably more than
do you guys say
anything.
spliff in the United States? I know we say that in the UK, but do you guys call it spliff?
I've heard that a few times.
Jeez. Uh, oh wait, hang on. Darren Lee says, anyone watch manifesting channels? It seems all nonsense to me. I personally don't watch
Ah,
manifesting channels.
I believe in manifestation. I think the new age kind of perverts it a bit. I think they like to take out the action steps. Like they're just like, you just got to sit on your ass and think positive and think, I already have the thing that I want. And then the universe will just deliver it to you. Like, I think there's an action step that needs to be taken. Like, you need to actually go out and do the thing that you want to
Mhm.
manifest, right? Like, the intentions and the affirmations are just there to kind of add support to the action, if that makes sense, right? Because
Add support to the action.
yeah, like to help with your like I think there is a component to like um I don't know what you would call it, like universal laws that come into play that can help make it happen easier, or make it have it happen, increase the velocity of it happening. But like there you need to take action steps too, right? It's not just like I'm going to manifest this thing by sitting here and just thinking of affirmations all the time. Like, I don't agree with that. I think that's a distortion of what the actual methods are.
Hold on. So, have you done manifestation before?
Yeah, yeah, but I've only
Okay,
like manifested small.
can you give me
Sure,
an example, please? You can say
sure.
prefer
Well,
not to say or no comment. That's fine.
I mean, I don't go to too much detail, but like I've manifested like some money before, but it was never like winning the lottery, anything
Mm.
crazy. Or like even if you're just like thinking in passing, like when you're thinking a lot about a certain subject or a certain song or a type of car, and then suddenly you start seeing it everywhere or hearing the song everywhere, or like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm. I,
I
I
feel
guess
like
I'm
that's a
kind
part
of
of.
confused regarding manifestation. Is it when you're thinking of something that you want to happen and it just happens?
It can be like deliberate, but like from my understanding, it's whatever you focus on, whether it be good or bad. It's just whatever you focus on, you will manifest in your existence. So if you're constantly focusing on the negative, you will continue to create negative in your life. Same thing with positive, right? Or if there's something
Mhm.
very specific you want, whether it's more money, career, or like a love interest, or like a body type, or it could literally be anything. It's literally just what you focus on, you attract into your reality, right? So it could be good or
Okay,
bad. So,
so if give me an example of manifestation.
so like I mean, it's like we're kind of like doing it all the time. So I guess you could say like if you're
Could be anyone.
think
It doesn't matter how, I won't judge. I won't be like, oh, this sounds ridiculous, as long as it's an example.
yeah, well, okay, so one example could be like it like if someone's always having a shitty day, right? This
Mm.
is like an example of like a negative manifesting, right? Like, oh, like my life is constantly shit. Like I always hate the jobs I get. I hate this, I hate that, and everybody pisses me off. Da 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 da. Nothing ever works out for me. The whole thing in like the new age is like the universe listens to what you're saying and it mirrors it back to you. And if you say your life is shit, the universe will bring you more manifestations proving and showing to you that yes, your life is indeed shit. And then you think it's like an outside influence, but really it's like you're creating that reality by continuously regurgitating that, right? Or having those negative thoughts. And the whole thing is like you can reverse that in the opposite direction. If you start thinking more positively, the universe, right, is this neutral force that will respond to you. It's not good or bad. It's what you put out there, the universe reflects back into you, is my
Okay.
understanding.
I
Yeah.
okay. So Gabe, let me ask you this. I understand you were just giving an example, but here's my response to that example. Let me ask you this. Do you think that the game is rigged, as in the system? Do you think that the system is rigged,
So what do you mean by the system though?
as in the system? That like wage slavery, the system that
Oh,
creates
yeah.
wage slavery. Um, yeah, just wage slavery,
Absolutely.
school institutions, and together they just make the system in general.
Yeah, so like just the world, like
Hmm.
like governments and economies, like yeah, all of that is rigged to serve, right? Like the top 1% and screw
It's
everybody
rigged in a way
else.
to keep us down.
Yeah, to keep them up and to keep us down. Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm. Let's see. So Leah says at Darren Lee, manifesting is nonsense. Would you say it's nonsense, Gabe?
I think I think the way the new age teaches it is nonsense, but I also think there's some I think there's some merit to it. I think there's something there, but it's not to the same extent. Because again, like I've manifested like small things. Um, like I don't think it can be this like super huge life changing thing where you can just like manifest yourself into winning the lottery and getting billions. I don't think that. Um,
Excuse me.
yeah, I think there's with the manifestation community. I think there's quite a lot of like toxic positivity actually. So yeah, I think largely for the most part that's true.
Okay. Let's see. Darren Lee says I started with the Cowboy Killers Mar- Marlboro Reds. What is that?
Cigarettes.
Oh, they have all these fancy names, all these ridiculous names for cigarettes.
Right, because you said
Wow,
Marlboro Reds.
wow.
Yeah,
The
I
Cowboy
remember those.
Killers Marlboro Reds. Wait, you've had cigarettes as well? You've had all of them.
Yeah. Well, have you never tried anything?
I haven't. Oh no, no. So I haven't tried weed. I haven't smoked. I haven't. I
Wait,
haven't
what
drank.
have you tried?
Name it, and I'll say I haven't. Just for
Alcohol.
fun, just name it. No, I haven't tried it.
You've never had alcohol. You
I've
really
never.
have never.
I
If you
haven't. No,
haven't,
keep
okay, so
name it, and I'll tell you if I'll
okay,
say
you already
yes.
said no to weed, no alcohol, no
No,
cigarettes,
no cigarettes.
not even just straight like tobacco, like just
I haven't
rolled up.
smoked. I haven't smoked. I haven't even vaped.
Okay, that was my next question. If you've so you've never like inhaled anything, pretty
No.
much.
Well, I mean,
Good
if
for
you're
you.
talking about, are you talking about? Are you including secondhand smoke?
No, because that's
That's
not like
inevitable.
deliberate.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
Yeah,
Like
I'm to like
intentionally. Nah.
intentional.
Nah. Nah. Nah.
Yeah.
I've never inhaled anything intentionally. No. Like no. No. I haven't smoked anything. I haven't
So
drank anything.
no popping, no injecting, no inhaling, no
What?
drinking, huh?
Popping pills?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Dude, good for you. You've been like straight edge your whole life, basically.
I'm glad
That
you're
is,
familiar with the
dude.
term straight
Okay,
edge.
in 2025, that is a flex.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Yeah. No, thanks. Appreciate it, man. Like,
Yeah, man.
it's rare to come across someone who is, who hasn't done all three. Like, hasn't smoked, hasn't drank, hasn't done drugs.
It
And I'm
is
not shitting
rare.
on people that have done at least one of them. I'm just saying I haven't. It's hard to come across, people who are like fully straight edge.
Wait, and how? If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Prefer not to say.
Okay,
Nothing
fair
wrong with the
enough.
question, but
Fair
yeah,
enough.
I,
Yeah.
I I always tell people, like, if same with you, like if there's a question I ask you and you would prefer not to say, or you can say no comment, feel free to do so.
Sure,
But
sure, sure.
just know, nothing wrong with the question at all. You can ask whatever you want, but
Yeah,
nonetheless,
because I was just curious, like, how long has this been going on? But that, I mean,
no, I understand.
regardless,
No, I
regardless, it's
totally
just,
understand.
yeah, it's
Uh,
awesome.
yeah, no, thanks. I'll just say decades. Let's put it that way.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Well, I'd assume decades for sure, but yeah, heck yeah.
uh, but nonetheless, yeah,
Cool,
there you go. Haven't drank,
cool.
smoked, nor
And
done
you don't have
drugs.
like the desire to either,
I have zero
or
desire,
the curiosity.
not an
Good
ounce of
shit.
curiosity.
Good shit, my friend.
Cheers,
Yes.
man. Thanks. Appreciate it. But yeah, man. When it comes to weed, people have been hyping it up like this is some good shit, bruh. And it's like, all right, well, if it's good shit, then why am I hearing all these complaints about, you know, getting the munchies and
Yeah.
what was the other thing about with the weed? Oh yeah, being paranoid and being sluggish. I'm like, that doesn't
Yeah.
sound appealing to me.
Right. No, yeah, absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
and then
Leah says, oh wait, hold up. Leah says Chad damages your organs more than weed will. What is Chad?
Chad, so a good-looking guy will
Oh,
damage your lungs.
wait, Chad, wait. Because when I think of Chad, I think of like, you know, like a dude, Chad. Is this
Wait, is
like a
she
new drug?
talking? Is she talking about a specific person named Chad, or is this like
I don't
another word?
know. Maybe Leah is talking about a drug or something, or some kind of
Leah,
smoke.
what are you talking about? Chad
Darren Lee.
damages your. Well, I think I might know what she's talking about, but I'm not
Wait
sure.
a minute. No. I get it now. No. I get it. I get it. I get
Yeah,
it now.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no, I
yeah,
get it.
yeah.
Rearranging the organs. No, I get it. I get it. Well played, Leah. Well played.
Heavy breathing.
That is hilarious. Chad damages your organs more than weed will. Wow. Wow. Darren Lee says Leah. Uh, Leah says at Darren Lee, those are awesome. I tried the main flavors of Black and Miles. Okay, I'm confused now. Are you actually talking about Chad, a dude rearranging your organs, or are you talking about, some kind of drug or something that you smoke? I am confused now. If it's about a dude, that's funny, but yeah, nonetheless.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Have you heard of Black and Miles?
Yes, they're like
Oh,
little mini cigars. The people use
okay.
them to make blunts.
Okay. I've heard about them just recently, like days ago. You know, I was doing a live stream and one of the panelists told me about Black and Miles. I thought they were saying something completely different. I thought they were talking about. I thought at first when they said it, I thought I heard Black and Miles. I was like, Black and Miles, and they say
Black
Black
and
and
mild.
Miles.
Yeah, black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Black and Miles. That's funny. Leah says also American Spirit Green. What's that?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
Oh, American Spirit, like the cigarettes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they come in. I've never seen a green one. I've seen like the yellow and blue packages. I don't know about the
Oh,
green.
okay. Cool.
It's got like the
Leah,
Native American on it.
okay. Makes sense, Makes
Yeah,
sense. Leah says natural tobacco. Okay.
but they were like cigarettes too. They were like, I guess, they had like less chemicals in them, or maybe even none. But they were packaged as cigarettes,
What, the natural tobacco?
or like the American Spirits.
Oh, okay. Why are they called American spirits?
I have no idea. I guess
Noted.
that's just the brand.
Mm.
Um,
Leah says, has anyone ever watched James Bowler? I don't know James Bowler. Do you?
No.
Oh, okay. Leah says, I wonder what the next trend will be after retarded mukbangs.
Oh, I hate mukbang. They're
Retarded
so
mukbangs.
gross.
That is hilarious.
That's some
Oh,
stoner shit right there.
oh, Gabe, just a heads up. The person behind this account is a dude, just so you're not misled.
Oh, Leah?
Yeah. So Leah, so the person behind the account is a dude. It's just that the woman in that profile picture is just a K-pop star.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you're not misled. Anyway, it's 2025. You never know nowadays.
You
Anyway,
never know.
just I am being serious though about just that's a guy. Anyway,
Fair enough.
yeah, some dudes they have profile pictures of women. It is what it is, but nonetheless,
It's super common, or like anime girls or something. Yeah.
yeah. There you go. There you go. Let's see. Darren Lee says smoking just takes the edge off, and I hate the feeling. Wait, the fiending
I hate
aspect.
the fiending.
What is that?
Oh, like fiending. Maybe? Does she
I
mean
don't know.
does
We're
he
gonna
mean
skip that.
fiending?
Darren Lee says National Zombies Call of Duty. I never played that one, unfortunately. I played Zombies, but not National Zombies. But yeah, Call of Duty the Modern Warfare franchise. Oh, that one was awesome. Nonetheless, Darren Lee says Nazi.
Nazi.
Oh yeah. I see. Okay, yeah. Zombies. Yeah, noted.
Those are hard.
Oh
Those
yeah.
zombie
I've
levels, because they just keep sending you more and more hordes, right? And
I've
there's like
played the zombies. Yeah, it's so annoying. They just don't stop.
they don't stop, and it's like it's not like a time limit, but like it just records how long you're able to last, right? And then they just keep
hmm
sending you more and more hordes.
It's forever, man.
Yeah, and then they throw like little bosses in there that you have to. Yeah, I remember playing those. They were fun, like the
Cool.
Hellhounds.
hmm For me, it was annoying at some point. Leah says Black Ops 7 looks kind of cool, to be honest. Cool. It does. The one and only Xavier says life sucks. Well, you're not wrong.
Sure
Given that,
does.
life is, given that the majority of our lives are basically, full of wage slavery and sleeping, yeah. Life,
Yeah,
yeah.
sleep is the escape.
I love sleep. It feels good.
Yes.
But I don't love wage slavery though. But nonetheless,
No.
Darren Lee says, I wish I could played as a Juggernaut in Modern Warfare, but never did. I see.
Is the Juggernaut like one of the beefy zombies or something?
When I think of Juggernaut, I think of a different game.
Oh, it's
Halo.
yeah.
Wasn't there a Juggernaut game mode in
Oh,
Halo?
no, you might be right. Okay, yeah. It's been
The
so
one,
long.
yeah, it has been. The one and only Xavier says people need to stop having kids in this world. Agreed.
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 Oh, I saw this. I heard this really cool data thing that said like if every single person on Earth stopped having kids, it would only take 120 years for the human population to go extinct,
Okay.
which is really cool.
Yeah.
But it makes
Noted.
sense, right?
120
Because
years. All right. All
we
right.
only live on average like what 80 years if we're lucky,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like that makes
Although some
sense,
people may consider that unlucky, but
right?
point
Some
taken.
people,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think that's
NFS
cool.
noted. 120 years. I'll keep that in mind. NFS says I played Call of Duty. Yeah, it's fun, I guess. For me, it's the campaigns that are fun. Online, not so fun because I'm not good. But nonetheless, NFS says I have only an Xbox 360. I see. what? How come you didn't invest in? How come you didn't upgrade? Not shitting on you or anything. Just wondering. Like, it's 2025. How come you don't have an Xbox Series X or even an Xbox One? Respectfully asking. NFS says, I definitely like the Need for Speed games on Xbox 360 mostly.
I remember those.
All right, cool.
Dude, video games are such a great escape, though. Let's be real, right?
They are.
They're like the last great escape in this
Mm-hmm.
hell
You're in
realm.
your own world. You're just doing your thing. You're just
Yes.
enjoying yourself, and you're talking to people, on
Yes.
Xbox Live chat, and
Yeah.
PlayStation
And
parties. Yeah.
it can be like a group thing, a community thing, but you could also just do like a solo one single
Mm-hmm.
player campaign and just get lost in the story. Like that's just it's one of the last refugees.
Gabe, hold on, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute. Hold on, 1 second.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. What were you saying?
Well, yeah, yeah. It's just like one of the last like great escapes we have.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. Of
because
course,
like
of course.
community is pretty much dead. I mean, unless we're talking like online, what we're doing right now, but like, like community for the most part in the real world, and just because
Mm-hmm.
people only have time for like go to work and then like go home, right? And because like
Mm-hmm.
we're just like wage slaving away. Some people need multiple jobs, and then when we're not working, we're too tired to go do anything else, or we're too broke to do anything else. So like
Mm-hmm.
video games are like right there, right in your home. Like you pull up your
Mm-hmm.
PC or whatever. It's like,
Even if you escape, and play video games once you reach home, unfortunately, because you have work, you can't help but think about work. Like, you can't help but worry. You can't help but think about it. Like, oh, the
yeah,
next day. You can't help it. It's
right,
different when
right.
you're when you become unemployed. Then things are different, where you don't have to stress or worry about the next day or the day after that. Like
That's
getting
true
prepared
too.
for work. Yeah, there's truth to
I
that.
I will say I am in a, I guess, pretty unique position where I don't hate my job. I don't love my job because I don't love work, but like
Hmm.
I don't hate my job, so I don't think too
Okay,
much about it.
I see.
I guess I'm pretty lucky in that respect.
Noted, noted. Me, if I'm gonna look, if I'm gonna do a job, I don't enjoy any of them. It has to be just the least stressful. That's all I care about.
Yes. Like fuck that hustle culture grind bullshit. Like no.
I
Like
just
I'm
want.
pro leisure. Yeah.
Hmm. Let me speed through these comments so I'm up to date. Leah. So Darren Lee says Mary Jane. Leah says I wish the weed was like it used to be. Darren Lee says Neville Goddard stuff. Leah says Normies brain rot more every day. Leah says I'm
True.
beyond through with him.
True. 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 True.
Darren Lee says the focus is mainly specific person, wealth, dream jobs, etc. I think the whole concept of a dream job is BS. When people ask me what is my dream job, I'm like, since when has it ever been my dream to have a job?
I don't dream of labor.
Yeah. I've never. Oh, it's been my life's dream to put milk in the fridge. No.
Yeah. My dream job is no job.
Hmm.
Just the resources needed to live.
My dream job is. I can't say it on here, but it's
Oh,
a
hey, fair.
it's a
Hey,
something job, and I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
hey, no
I'm joking.
judgment. Hey, judgment free zone, right?
Answer. Hey, dude, I'm gonna ask you a random question. All right.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So so firstly, before I ask this, you're a straight dude, right?
Correct.
Cool. All right, cool. What is your favorite body part in a woman? And you can't. The rule is you can't say the tits and you can't say the pie.
Well, I'm okay. I mean, there's not much left after that, right? As far as
No, no, I disagree. I beg to differ. But go on.
are we talking just like the sexualized parts of a
No,
woman,
no, no.
or
Listen. Okay, you can pick any body part in a woman, but you cannot pick. You can't pick. How do I say this metaphoric? No, screw it. I'll just
okay?
say
Well,
it. You can't
this
pick
will
the
be
tit. You
easy.
can't pick the tits, and you can't pick the pie.
Okay, that's easy though. For me, it's because I've always been an ass guy.
You're an ass man. All
That's
right,
right.
cool.
That's right. Yeah.
There you go.
How about you? Since you asked me.
For me, like my favorite body part on a woman that isn't the pie and the tits, I would say feet. Yeah,
Oh, you're a
I
foot
love.
guy.
Yeah, I love pretty feet on a woman. Love
Heck
pretty feet on a
yeah.
woman. Hell yeah.
So you like feet pics and all that?
Yeah, I like them, but I would never pay for them. I
Oh,
would
fuck
never pay
that.
for them ever.
No, yeah.
But yeah, women with pretty feet, hell yeah, hell freaking
Nice.
yeah. If a woman doesn't take care of her feet, that's a red flag.
That makes sense. I
I
mean,
mean, if she
everyone
doesn't
should
take it,
practice good hygiene, right? Like,
yeah, man or woman.
exactly.
But yeah, if a woman neglects her feet, then yeah, that's problematic.
Right. Like dirt underneath the toenails and shit. Like,
Yeah,
come on now.
doesn't trim them, etc. Doesn't yeah,
Yeah.
just doesn't yeah. Would you go out with a woman who doesn't take care of her feet?
Probably
Like, would that
not.
be a
Cause
deal breaker? Would
yeah,
that be a deal
because
breaker for you?
like I think so. Because like if she doesn't take care of her feet, I think there's a good chance she doesn't take care of everything else, right? Because like
Especially the pie.
yeah, the pie, the everything, like if
Mm,
like right, like if she doesn't bathe, like come on now, or like I feel like that's pretty big. That's pretty
yeah.
basic, right? Like if you
Are
don't
you into
take care
feet?
of one, am I
Are
into
you
feet?
like do feet do pretty feet on a woman turn you on, or are they
Neutral,
just nice to, like, oh, okay, okay. So like they
neutral. I
don't
mean, yeah.
you don't get sexually aroused by women's pretty feet.
No, but I can acknowledge
Okay.
them.
Okay, all right. They're like you can look at them like, no, they look nice, but it's not something you get sexually turned on by. Noted. Cool.
Yeah, nah.
All right. All right, man. Hey, more power to you, man.
Yeah. Do you like the when the toenails are like painted and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Oh hell
Add some
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
color. Add some
Yeah,
color
yeah,
to
yeah.
it. Yeah, heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Some men say that they don't like big feet on a woman, but personally, I don't mind big feet on a woman.
Well, I mean,
Some
if you
people are
like
watching this like,
feet,
oh, this conversation's gone weird, but you guys know me by now.
this conversation's based. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, dude. But yeah, yeah. Some men they say they don't like big feet on a woman. Me, I don't mind. Like,
Yeah, no.
what would be the maximum size for you? Like what's the maximum for you when it comes to a woman's like feet size?
Feet size. I okay. If it as long as it's still like female size,
Maximum.
like whatever the typical. Like I don't want to look at a female's
If
feet
she's a size 11 US,
and
like, is that a deal breaker for you?
size 11 US.
Yeah.
That's kind of big, right? Because I'm a guy and I'm like 8.5, so that's pretty big.
Mm.
So I think that might be a deal break. Yeah. Well, it depends. Like, is the rest of her like on point? Like, is the rest of
Yeah,
her
everything's fine. Yeah, she's pretty. In
okay? Then I guess that's fine because I won't be hyper focused on the feed anyway. So I guess I could let
okay,
that slide.
okay.
Yeah.
so so size 11 US on a woman. That's the maximum you'll do.
If everything else is like on point, yeah.
Okay,
If not, then no.
okay. For me, when it comes to dating a woman, like when it comes to her feet size, she has to be maximum. She has to be maximum 11.5 UK.
Okay. Which is
Yeah,
different than US,
yeah, it's
right?
different US. And I'm
So
when
I
I
don't
say
even know.
11.5 UK, I mean my size. I don't know how to convert that into US, but nonetheless.
Yeah, I have no idea how to compare, how to, with that, I don't have like a point of reference kind of thing.
We'll get back to that. But yeah, interesting combo. Black Hole says, I might have a job tomorrow. Wish me luck, TP. Good luck.
Good luck.
Leah says, good luck, as in good luck to Black Hole. Darren Lee says, I went through a period I quit drinking soda, but I usually drink two a day, not like I used to back then.
Yeah, soda's terrible, bro. I mean, even
yeah.
like the sugar-free stuff, like the zero sugar or the diet sugar sodas, it's all bad.
Yeah. Darren Lee says, Shadow Tyrone. Darren Lee says, all the best, Black Hole, on the job thing. Couple of beers 31 says, do you guys like Harold and Kumar? That's another great stoner duo. Harold, I love Harold and Kumar. The White Castle movie, oh yeah, I love that. Gabe, have you seen Harold and Kumar?
A long time ago. And
Harold
it did not stick out to me.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. Oh,
Yeah, I remember that.
movie was hilarious. That movie was hilarious. I've seen all their movies.
Oh yeah, how many were there?
At least about 2 or 3. Like, have you?
Okay, yeah, because I remember 2.
There was one called Harold and Kumar Escape Guantanamo Bay or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you remember something like that?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I could just be hallucinating, but I think so.
But you know what? That Harold and Kumar is one of my favorite movie franchises when it comes to comedy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah, brilliant. It was brilliant.
It didn't stick out to me in my memory, so I guess it just didn't leave much of an impression.
Fair enough. A couple of beers 31 says, fuck mate, nobody asked to be born.
Facts.
Leah says, a couple of beers, yeah, whenever I think of them, I want white.
I want white?
As in White Castle, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
NFS says, yeah, Modern Warfare is probably the reason I keep my Xbox 360 and probably need for speed. Hot Pursuit. Noted. Couple of beers 31 says, TP, I love your video about work being boring. So true. It's a waste of one's life. Facts.
It's a waste of life, but like we need it. It's so shitty. This world is terrible. Like we need it to like be comfortable, to have an income.
I don't care how many good things I enjoy in life. It doesn't change the fact that life being mainly about wage slavery and sleep is unjustifiable. It doesn't change that fact. Two things can be true at the same time. I can enjoy my hobbies and still acknowledge that life shouldn't be in such a way that we work and sleep most of our lives.
Right. Do you think the good outweighs the bad? Because I don't.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, I mean, there is no like wrong answer because it's like your opinion, my opinion, but like I don't think so.
But look at it like this. Would you have sex with someone who has HIV?
No. Not like
H
if I knew.
I think it's H. Yeah. So
yeah, HIV. Yeah.
Yeah, HIV. Yeah. So you wouldn't have sex with HIV. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. And then I could be one of those toxic positivity people and be like, oh, but think of that tingling sensation that you get from having sex.
Right. That's a possibility.
But so what do you say, buddy?
I would still say hell the fuck no, because I do not want HIV.
Right. So you see, it just shows you that despite the potential tingling sensation that you can get from sex, you don't think that it's worth getting HIV, no matter how good the tingling sensation is. So it's like life. No matter how good certain things are in life, it's not worth the bad.
Yeah, no, I'd rather just not have been brought into this existence, so I don't have to experience any of it.
Exactly.
The lack,
and that's not a bad thing.
No, yeah, exactly. It's like, like, oh, what about the good things that you miss? Like, well, if I never existed, there's not a loss because
exactly.
but there's also not the pain. Like, so it's
Hmm.
like, and the pain is worse. Like the the amount of pain you experience is so much more, I guess, potent. I don't know, for lack of a better term, than like the pleasure. Like, like there's never
Like more
like,
intense.
yeah, and like there's never like like chronic pleasure. Have you ever heard of someone being like, "Oh man, I'm suffering from chronic pleasure," or maybe not suffering, but I'm enjoying this chronic pleasure, right? Or
Oh,
this
like
like,
perpetual pleasure. Yeah.
yeah, like, or this,
It's
I
no
have
such
like
thing,
a
man.
20-minute orgasm.
Whew, could you
Chronic,
imagine that? A 20-minute orgasm.
yeah, yeah, right. Like, but like,
Women
think
are
about it.
freaking lucky, man.
But think about it. There is such a thing as chronic pain, right? We have chronic pain, like people with like medical conditions, with like diseases, illnesses, or, some kind of, I don't know. It could be anything. There's
But
chronic
Gabe,
pain. There's chronic
Gabe, if you want
suffering.
to be technical, there is chronic pleasure in the sense that, like, have you seen a YouTube video about a woman who is having like chronic pleasure in her private parts? Like she's
Is this like a
constantly orgasm, like
super
having an
rare,
orgasm.
super rare like disease or something?
I don't think I'd call it a disease, but like
Or not a
she's
disease?
constantly horny and like constantly like
Oh,
sexually aroused, like
okay. No,
constantly.
that's different. I would hate to be constantly aroused, right? Like, because there's a
It
difference
bothers the
between,
shit out of her.
yeah. Well, I mean, there's chronic pleasure, but then there's chronic arousement. Being aroused, like, is like you're in a state of like never being satisfied, right?
Feels
Because,
like torture.
yeah, no, exactly.
Leah says Wayne's World is great too. Cool. I don't
Wayne's
know
World is a
Wayne.
great movie. I don't know if you've seen Wayne's World, but I
I
highly
haven't.
recommend. I
I'll
mean,
keep
it's
that in mind.
the humor's a bit dated, right? But like, if you don't mind that, um, it's fun. I like it.
Did you say dated?
Yeah, it's a bit dated.
Like outdated?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like the humor is dated, but it's still, I mean, it's from the early 90s, but it's
Oh,
still,
okay.
yeah, it's fun.
Cool. Let me speed through these. God damn, I need to speed through these as fast as possible. Leah says, and Wayne's World 1. I mean 2. Leah says, has anybody seen It's Pat, the movie? That movie would never come out today. It would be bigoted. No, I have not. Leah says, at NFS, just try to find more copes, man. NFS says, I'm pretty broke, so yeah, you could guess it would be more difficult to upgrade. NFS says, I barely have any copes. Leah says, me too, you gotta let RAF fuel you. NFS says, for me, I like my Xbox 360 because I'm used to it. NFS says, maybe I'll upgrade one day. And Leah says, at NFS, you should get a PS Vita and a Dreamcast. Darren Lee says, after a long day at work, all I wanted was my bed. Leah says, the GameCube is fucking great too. Wow. Oh, I loved the GameCube, yeah.
Yes.
NFS says, I actually was considering getting an PSP or Vita because you could take it, PSP. Okay. Leah says the PSP is legendary. Do it. The PlayStation Portable, I'll never forget.
I remember that.
NFS says jobs are depressing. It's just an reality. Leah says my dream job is cherry suck. What? My
Cherry
dream
sucky
job is
myself.
cherry suck. Why myself? Is that meant to be why as in and in Spanish? I don't know. Because in Spanish they say e as in and.
Yeah.
My dream job is cherry suck and myself. It is cherry sucking myself. Joker. Leah says Cheryl.
Cheryl sucking my soul.
Oh, is that what you meant?
My dream life is no life, sweetie. Absolutely.
Oh, couple of beers. 31 says my dream life is no life, sweetie. Noted.
Dream job
Fair.
is no job. Dream life is no life.
No life, dude. All right.
Based.
Leah based. Leah is salivating from the mouth.
Because of the Cheryl
NFS.
thing.
Mm,
DD.
probably. NFS says DD. NFS says, I don't even know what you're saying at this point. DSDE. Leah says, should I get a happy ending? If you want, you can get a happy ending. Why not?
Why
It's
the hell
happy.
not?
So go get it. Go get the ending. If you get multiple happy endings, is it really a happy ending? Because it hasn't ended.
True. Or
Just
are
one
you
happy
trying to
ending
fill a
after the
void?
other.
You're trying to fill a void.
Good one. Let's see. NFS says it's more common. Darren Lee says a woman who has. Wait, hold on, Gabe. Would you get a happy ending?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
I'll be honest. I don't.
Would you?
Would other people know about it?
Let's go with no.
Hmm.
Because I think most people don't know when other
Would I
people get
have to
happy
pay
endings.
for it?
I think you do in most cases, though, right? So probably.
Then no, I would rather not.
Yeah, save your money, right?
Yeah, save my money. Like I'll do it myself.
Oh, dude. Okay, dude, do it myself. Hey, if you're that flexible, like, go ahead. Okay, dude. They're talking about like body hair on women.
Wait,
Do you?
hold on. If you're that flexible, are you implying that a happy ending is exclusively with the mouth?
Oh no, wait, it's not, right? It's with the hand,
No,
right?
it can be with the hands. I thought
Yeah.
it was only with the hands.
No, you're right. You're right. I think you're right.
There you go. Yeah. That's why I said I'll do it myself, like I was Thanos.
Yeah, no,
Fine, I'll do
exactly.
it
It's
myself.
it's cheaper that way too.
It's way cheaper. Yeah.
Okay, but dude, do you care about like body hair on a woman, like armpit hair, leg
Um,
hair,
it
bush?
depends on how thick like how long the hair is. Like a little body hair, I don't mind on a woman, but
Yeah, dude,
nothing
same.
too long, like Bigfoot, like not like that.
Yeah, no. Oh God, no,
That's extreme.
no. Like more than a man. Like
Yeah,
no, fuck that.
but yeah, I don't mind a little body hair on a woman. Like it's natural on a woman, but
It really is.
nothing excessive.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um.
I do prefer hairless, but hair is like you said, it's pretty natural too.
Yeah, it is.
So
Leah says, "You leave that in the 70s." Wait, did I? Oh, I don't. Okay. Darren Lee says, a woman who has armpit hair or doesn't shave her legs. No. Fair enough. Leah says, you leave that in the 70s. Leah says, I'm a size 13.5 to 14. That's a dude, just a reminder. Like, behind the account, not the profile picture, but the
oh yeah,
person
no,
behind.
I heard you. Yeah.
Jeez, 13.5 to 14. What, US, UK? What?
Size? Like foot?
Why
Are we
do
going
why
back
do
to the
people
feet?
do sizing differently? Americans, why do you lot do sizing so differently? I don't get it. Just be
I
like the
don't get
rest
it.
of us.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let's be like the rest of the world and have like healthcare and shit. like
Okay.
like
Yeah.
free healthcare, affordable healthcare.
Apparently you guys have to pay for an ambulance over there, like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, that's true.
Over here,
It's
right?
like cheaper to take an Uber to the hospital.
Dude, I've called an ambulance for myself before in the past. Guess how much I had to pay?
Like a few bucks or a few pounds or whatever.
Lower.
Nothing.
Correct.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Mm.
Yeah, we suck.
There's only one slight problem with that is
Hmm.
if it was like free for everyone, some people would just abuse it.
Well, I would rather some people abuse it and everyone get taken care of than it be the way it
Mm.
is now.
Or
I
at the
think that's
very
a
least,
small
if you're
price to
gonna
pay.
at the very least, it shouldn't be so expensive.
But I mean, yeah, no, I agree. But like, wouldn't you also agree that like a small minority taking advantage of it? Don't you think that's a small price to pay for like everyone to be taken
Well, I
care of?
wasn't thinking of, a small minority taking advantage. I was thinking more than a small minority.
Well, even then, like we
Like,
have
imagine
the
all the prank
resources.
calls and whatnot.
Wait, what? Okay,
No,
you
as in, like,
think
imagine someone, like, making a hoax call, like, calling the ambulance, and there's actually no problem. They're just calling just to
you
prank.
can do that under the system now,
Mm.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, just to make a phone call, you're not charged to make a phone
No, but
call.
I would rather, if someone's going to prank call me, I would rather them get money taken out of them.
Wait, if
Like,
they
thanks
prank
for
called
wasting
you?
my time. No, 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 no. I'm saying if I was, in charge of an ambulance and there are people trying to prank call me, asking for an ambulance, I would rather them get charged than to not get charged for wasting my time. Make sense?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you're.
Hypothetically.
I mean, your time is wasted in the sense that like instead of addressing their prank, their non-issue, right? You could have been helping someone else who actually had an issue.
Yeah, they wasted my
But
time.
yeah, they
They
wasted
should
your
they should
time.
they should suffer, like they should be punished. Like there
Well,
should be
no, yeah,
consequences.
and I agree, but that's isn't that already a consequence if someone were to do something like that?
I think so. I'm just saying
Like you,
hypothetically, like
yeah.
the
No, I mean I
context of
agree.
getting
Fuck that. Like,
charged. I would
yeah,
rather them get charged.
there should be penalties, and I think there already are. Like if someone calls 911 for a fake fire or a fake police matter or a fake medical emergency, and it was a prank, I do believe there are repercussions for that
Oh,
already in place. But like,
okay.
right? But like,
Hold that
that can
thought,
happen
Gage.
under any system, right?
I'll look into it. Leah says cup size doesn't matter to me. They just need to have an apple.
What?
I don't get it.
I'm confused. But I like apples.
Nice. My favorite fruit, grapes, black grapes.
Oh yeah, can't go
Black
wrong.
grapes are tasty as hell. They're the
And do you
tastiest
like
fruit. What name a fruit tastier than black grapes?
uh, a fruit that's tastier than
You
there's so
can't.
many good fruits. Tangerines.
Yeah, get out. No, I'm joking.
Dude, I'm an
Tangerines.
orange guy.
Oh shit, guys! Donald Trump is on my panel. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding.
Oh no, I'm not. No, ew, fuck no, fuck that. Not that kind of orange. Fuck that.
Are you a Trump supporter? It's okay if you are. Honestly, I don't care. I'm
I
from the UK, so I'm indifferent to who you guys
I am
support.
far from it.
Oh, okay. Even if you were, like, I wouldn't judge because at the end of the day, I'm from the UK, so I'm not voting.
Sure. Do you get Trump fans on here?
I don't know if they are, like, I haven't asked that question to anyone else but you.
Oh wow, I'm the first.
Yes,
Look at
you are the
that.
first. Hmm.
This is a moment in history.
There you go. History in the making. History in the making. Darren Lee says, "Awesome live stream. I missed another live stream, but I'm good." There you go. NFS says size 9 UK. I think is size 8 US, probably. Like, if you're talking, what, you talking about the men or the women size? Leah says, I meant US size. Darren Lee says, dead end jobs are one thing, but having to drive 30 miles or more sucks driving to that job. Yeah, good lord. That's crazy. 30 miles. Leah says, life is droll. Leah says,
Draw.
how should I cope my way out of low mood with $90? Wow. I don't know what Leah's situation is.
$90.
Leah says, I don't mean to be monotonous. Monotonous. No, you're fine. No, express yourself. I don't know your circumstances. If you want, you can email me your circumstances, and you know, I'll see how I can respond.
The pain does outweigh
Always
the
outweighs the
bliss.
bliss.
There's
What the
rarely
fuck?
any bliss.
A couple of beers. 31 says at Leah. Oh my god, I love B Stevie. His positive Steve character is the best. Cracks me up. Darren Lee says late comedians Robin Williams and Chris Farley, rest in peace. Funny as hell. I was about to bring up Robin Williams about regarding the whole, being rich and still wanting to self-delete. Just shows you that money is not everything.
Oh
It's a lot, but
yeah.
it's not everything.
No, yeah, exactly. We were just talking about this earlier too. Like even if
Hmm.
you have like the best of born into the best of circumstances, it's still not enough. Life is still hell.
Like it shows that you can still be depressed no matter how much money you
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, like but by society's standards, he won, right? Like he's one of the winners, and it was still not enough to cure his depression.
Mm. Leah says at a couple of beers, 31, 100%. I see positive Steves in my life all the time. Huh? NFS says GameCube, you could play Resident Evil 4. I think it was later ported on and Xbox 360. The what?
Those were such great times. Have you played Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube?
I haven't, unfortunately. I didn't even own a GameCube. I played a GameCube before, but that was at my family friend's house
Okay.
when I was a kid. So yeah,
Have you played Resident Evil 4 period?
I haven't played any Resident Evil games.
Oh my god, 4 is like one of the best. And I'm not saying the remake isn't good, but like the original, like, oh man.
Hmm.
I don't know if you're a
Cool,
fan
cool.
of horror games though. Survival horror games.
I've played a demo of the Saw game.
The Saw game?
Okay, so in Britain, right, we say Saw as in Saw,
Saw.
Saw, yeah,
Like the movies?
yeah. You know the Saw
Like with
franchise.
Jigsaw? Yeah.
Yeah, Jigsaw, dude. Yeah,
I've never played any Saw game. No, I've
but
seen
have you
them some
seen
of the
have you
movies.
seen Saw?
Yeah, some of them.
All right, cool.
It's just like
So in
gore
the
porn.
UK, when how you guys say Saw, we say Saw. I know it sounds like we're
Got it.
using an R. It's like we're using an R at the end, but that's just the way British English is.
Right, right. Okay.
We say
Cool, cool.
saw. Like I saw. It kind of sounds like
Saw.
we add R in there, but we're just saying saw.
Gotcha.
Like
Well,
I saw someone. I
if you're
saw
a fan
someone
of
over there. But go
yeah.
on.
Well, if I was just gonna say, if you're a fan of survival horror, I highly recommend Resident Evil 4.
All right, cool. I'll keep that in mind. NFS says life is very strange nowadays. Leah says at NFS, tell me about it. It's really sad the amount of people that are suffering in life. God damn, it's sad. Holy fuck. A couple of beers 31 says, what are your favorite antinatalist channels? I like Steve Brown, Mark Antinatalist, Life is Over 896, A Drop of Melancholy, and Lone Wanderer 37. My favorite my favorite antinatalist channel is The Thought Provoker. All right, next. No, okay, other than myself, I would say I
Nice.
I would thank you. I would say if I had to pick a favorite channel, an antinatalist channel. Hmm. Favorite
Isn't there a British
antinatalist.
one? There's a
Yeah,
British guy. What
yeah,
was
yeah,
his
yeah. There's a
name?
British
He
guy.
was awesome.
Okay, so we've got people like social experimentalist. He's a parent antinatalist, and yeah, it's
Oh,
cool.
interesting.
He's the I think he is the most subscribed. Like I think he's the antinatalist with the most subscribers or second most subscribers on YouTube.
Wait, what did you say his name was?
Uh, Social experimentalist.
Oh, okay.
Are you searching him up right now?
Interesting. No, the guy that I was talking about, I was trying to look up his name, Lawrence Anton.
Oh yeah, Lawrence Anton. Yeah, he's up there as well.
He was the first antinatalist channel I found.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, his stuff's really cool.
Yeah.
I'll check out that
Absolutely.
other person you mentioned, a parent
Social
antinatalist.
experimentalist.
Yeah,
So
how did that happen? A
what?
parent
A parent
antinatalist?
antinatalist. So he was a parent before he came across
Okay,
antinatalism. So
okay,
he even says if he had come across antinatalism before, then he wouldn't have had children.
right.
Well, obviously he comes from a Jewish family, and in when it comes to being in when it comes to being surrounded, when it comes to being in Jewish culture, the religion,
Yes,
it's basically indoctrination. Like you're told that that's the thing to do, etc., etc.
yes. Pretty much any major religious culture promotes
Yeah,
natalism,
that's all you know. It's basically most
pro-natalism.
religions are about natalism is like very emphasized. So that's all you know. All you know is, oh, you have to have children, like it's an
Yeah,
obligation. No one. If that's all you're surrounded by, that's all you know. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have children, unless you finally hear a different perspective from someone else telling
right.
you that,
Because
hey, just know, buddy, that hey, having children is not an obligation, and there are other options like not having children.
yeah, and plus, like you're in such a bubble in those religious communities too, where that's like all you know. Like you're saying, like growing up,
Mm.
it's all you've been conditioned to do, to think. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but
Uh
how terrible would it be to like be antinatalist and like accidentally getting a girl pregnant? That'd be
oh
such a
shit. Being
bad
an
feeling.
antinatalist and accidentally getting a girl pregnant. So here's the thing. Here's the truth. The truth is, even if you did get someone pregnant, you can still be an antinatalist because at the end of the day,
Yeah,
being
I
an
agree.
antinatal, no, factually, because what people need to understand
Yeah,
is with antinatalism, it's a belief system. It's the belief that it's the belief that procreation or having children is unethical or unjustifiable. So if you believe that it's unethical or unjustifiable to have children, then you are an antinatalist, whether you choose to procreate yourself or not.
yeah, no,
I'm not giving people
absolutely.
excuses or anything. I'm just stating the facts.
But
So
just coming from that perspective and that mindset, like knowing how shitty this place is, and like doing that for me, it'd be like I killed someone
hmm.
because it's like
so
I know
so
how
here's the thing.
horrible.
So
Yeah,
so if you're an antinatalist and you then get someone pregnant, I don't consider it an accident because at the end of the day, right? Even though you don't intend to get someone pregnant, you know what you're getting yourself into the minute you choose to have sex.
yeah. I mean, there's always risk involved.
Like, the minute you have sex, you know what you're getting yourself into.
Like
Just
unless you have
don't
a
have sex.
vasectomy.
You either don't, yeah, or you can get a vasectomy, even though it's not 100% bulletproof. Or here's what is 100%: a woman getting a hysterectomy.
Right, but how common is that?
Right? I don't know, but
For
we'll
not
get
very
back to
common.
that. But Leah says RE4 is great game. Resident Evil, a great franchise in general.
I agree, but I do think after the games after Resident Evil 4 kind of started to fall off a cliff, in my opinion. Like 5 was kind of cool. 6, I thought 6 was horrible. 7, they brought it back to its horror roots, but it still wasn't the same. And 8 was just weird. I mean, they were still good games, but they felt like not like the Resident Evil I grew to love, if that makes sense.
Mm. Uh, Noted. Leah says that's the gayest question ever. TP. Hey yo, what was the gayest question? What are you talking about?
What was the question?
What gay question? I don't understand. We're talking about women. If we're talking about if it's relating to what we were talking about earlier about women's pretty feet, I don't think there's anything gay about that. I don't know. I
Do we
don't
have a
understand.
do we have a hater in the comments
No, 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 no,
in the
no, no.
chat?
I don't. No, 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 no. So Leo was saying that's the gayest question ever. TP. Ayo. And I don't know what Leah is referring to. NFS says either men or women. I think is that right? Like for the men and for the women's size. NFS says I'm wasting my life, and the worst part is I know it. NFS says you mean Saw? Yeah, that was on Xbox 360 as well. NFS says scary game Saw. Darren Lee says I played Resident Evil on the original PlayStation and Dino Crisis and Crash Bandicoot.
I loved Crash Bandicoot.
Wait, is Crash that fox
He's the Bandicoot.
with the blue jeans?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
great game.
I remember that. Leah says NFS that's a game. Holy shit. NFS says TP Resident Evil 4 is a good survival horror game. Leah says the
Regenerators.
regenerators are so scary.
They legit are.
Wait, is that a game? The regenerators.
No, the Regenerators are one of the enemies you face in Resident Evil 4, like later in the game, and they're really fucking hard to kill.
Oh, okay. Is that how it's actually spelled?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. NFS says Five Nights of Freddy is an horror. Okay, let me just move on. Sorry, yeah. It is what
What
it is.
is this?
It is what it is, man. Like, it is what it is. Leah says, Oi. Oi, they sucker my soul. I need Abby Shapiro to put. Moving on. Leah says, Kaza Milkers. NFS says, I will miss games like Resident Evil Code, Veronica X, and RE4.
That was another great one. Code Veronica.
The name Veronica sounds sexy as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Leah says Ada Wong is so hot. Ada Wong? Who's Ada Wong?
So Ada Wong is one of the characters.
Oh, Ada Wong.
She,
Okay.
yeah, Ada. She was in the second game.
Noted. A
And
couple
well,
of
and the
beers.
fourth too. She was introduced in the second game, and she was in the fourth one too. But I don't know what. I think she was in the sixth one also.
Cool. Hey, couple of beers. 31 says at Leah. Yeah, Loon's gone. I guess she deleted her channel or was taken down. Yeah. So, have you heard of Loon? Gabe.
Yeah.
You've heard of Loon? You've seen her channel?
Lost you for a second. Loon.
Yeah. Have you seen Loon's channel?
No, what's that all about?
Oh, she's an anti-natalist as well, but she either took her channel down, got it hidden, or maybe YouTube took it down. Either way, her channel's like
Damn,
no longer visible. So who knows what happened to her?
that sucks.
Yeah,
Hope she's all right.
yeah. If not, and she actually did take herself out, then rest in peace, Lynn.
Rest in peace. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if that's the case. Hopefully not.
Mm-hmm. Couple of beers says, does anyone remember True Form / Dark Days? He was a British black pillar. Excellent channel. They took it down though. True Form, Dark Days. No, I don't. Leah says, at couple of beers 31, I'm a little disappointed, to be honest. Leah says, at couple of beers, is he TFL? Couple of beers 31 says, at couple of beers 31, yes, I think he was. What? I think that was a mistake. Anyway, I'll be right back. Give me 1 to 2 minutes.
Sure.
Okay, I'm back. Excuse me. NFS says, TP, I really relate to your video. Life is an scam. NFS, just a heads up. You can just say a scam, not an scam. Just a heads up. Not trying to be that guy, Gabe, by the way, if you could tell. I
You
wasn't
were
trying to
totally being that guy, bro.
No, because I let it slide so many times. I know you're joking. It's just a heads up, you know. It's okay to correct people.
Hey, man, so what? You've talked about like Gnosticism before, haven't you?
Not frequently, not much.
Okay, because I think you had a discussion on that somewhat recently, like maybe a week or two
Yeah,
ago.
but that's mainly okay. Have you heard of Perpetual Pleasurist?
No, is that a channel?
Yeah, he's been on my panel many times.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, Perpetual Pleasurist.
Cool. Yeah, that might have been the guy you were talking to, actually.
Yeah,
That I remember.
about Gnosticism. Yeah, he is, well educated on Gnosticism. Like
Yeah,
he's been educated on Gnosticism for over 2 decades.
that's so badass.
Mm-hmm.
Because like
Me,
Gnosticism ties in beautifully with antinatalism.
I just want to give you a heads up, though. I when it comes to Gnosticism, I don't know that much about it. I only know a little bit.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So just a heads up. Ooh. Can I just a quick side note? Like, I digress for a moment. When it comes to correcting people, here's the thing. I think it's important. Like, even myself, right? I'm very, very fine with people correcting me if I make mistakes when it comes to like grammar and stuff, punctuation, etc. I'm perfect, or even just speaking, in general. I'm fine with that. Like, because it helps me. It makes me
Sure.
improve. No, seriously, I know you're saying sure, which is not exactly the same as yes, but
Oh
honestly,
yeah, well yeah,
I
yes,
don't.
yeah.
No, because here's the thing, right? I think it's ridiculous when people get bothered when they get corrected. I don't see the problem with it. If someone corrects me, I'm like,
Right.
thank you.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. It helps me improve. I'm like, thank you. Because imagine if I'm making the same mistake over and over again and no one corrects me. I
Right.
would rather than correct me, in the moment,
Yeah,
so
I
that I
was
don't
giving you
make
a
it
hard
again.
time.
What'd you say?
I was giving you a hard time over it.
No,
I just thought
I
it was
wasn't
funny.
fixating on that. No, I still want to joke about it either way. No. You won't give me a hard time now. But what do you think of what I just said? Like, do you agree with what I'm saying? Like, I personally, I'm not bothered if
Oh yeah,
someone corrects
if
me.
I continuously make a mistake, I would want to be corrected, so I
Right.
will stop making the mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. I think people who get annoyed by being corrected, I think they need to. I think they need to be more reasonable because there's nothing wrong with being corrected.
No, and I think it's a sign of insecurity if they get
On
bothered by
God.
it.
On
Yeah.
God. Yes. Insecurity is the word. It is a sign of insecurity. If I correct you and you get upset, oh yeah, we can't be friends.
Yeah, like how else are you supposed to learn anyway,
Yeah.
right?
How are you
Like,
supposed to improve if you're offended by people correcting you? Like, I can't associate myself with people like that. Don't you want to
yeah.
improve? But anyway, nonetheless, let's see. By the way, NFS, I do appreciate your comment nonetheless. I'm glad you can relate. I do appreciate it. NFS says, I know a couple of British YouTubers who are misanthropic or antinatalist.
Ooh, misanthropy. Yes.
Way.
How do you feel about misanthropy?
I'm a misanthrope myself.
That's heck yeah, man.
I'm a misanthrope because people are fake, untrustworthy. So many
Yeah.
people are just assholes, man.
People suck. And
Yeah,
that's why
they
the
do.
world sucks. And that's
Mm,
why it's unlivable, right? And that's why
mm.
we
Hey, do
shouldn't
you
have
know
more
the person
kids.
in the picture? Looks like Slade to me.
It does look like Slade, yeah. Or
Yeah.
what's his name? Not Deadpool though. Who's the other guy? Deadshot.
I don't know. I think that's Slade
It's probably Slade.
from Teen Titans. Yeah,
And Slade looks like Deadshot, or maybe they're the same. I don't know. I'm
mm,
bad with superhero stuff.
it's fine. Darren Lee says, "I'm back to. I'm back too. I stepped out for smoke. Smoke break. Typical. No, I'm joking.
You
I'm kidding. I got that from
typical
Family Guy.
degenerate.
Remember Family Guy when Peter was smoking?
Smoking weed?
No, he was just smoking cigarettes.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that's
because he
funny
wanted to
though.
take a break from his job because in jobs, you
Ah,
get a smoke break. So he
yes.
didn't actually smoke, but because you get smoke breaks, he was like, you know what, I'm gonna start smoking so I can get a break.
I've actually known someone who did that, but yes,
Mm.
that's a real thing. That's
So
sad, right?
yeah,
You can only have a break if you're willing to destroy your lungs. Like what?
it's sad. Like you're willing to fuck up your own lungs just so you can have a break. It's a catch-22.
It is.
Let's see. NFS says there's LD the misanthrope and Mr. Antinatalist Redux. Those guys are from the UK. Yeah, I remember Mr. Antinatalist. I don't know who LD is. LD the misanthrope. I'll look him up. Anyway. Leah says on Gnosticism, I feel like we're at an impasse. Either you pick a philosophy or you don't. We don't need more people ending up like Peter Thiel. Leah says misanthropy is a natural reaction to this world. Fair.
Peter Thiel, his Thiel, right? His name is like an anagram, right?
I don't know
Because
who that person is, man.
I barely know either. I think is he like in tech or something? I don't know, but I think he's the guy that if you rearrange his name, it spells like the reptile,
Mm,
which is kind of crazy
I see.
for those who are into
NFS.
conspiracies.
Oh, okay. NFS says TP, you have an attention to detail that I may not have, so just please keep it in mind. Probably my short attention span. Noted. Couple of beers 31 says at NFS, Mr. Antinatalist. Wait, hold on. Let me go back. Never mind. Hold on. Let me mute. Anyway, so where was I? Oh, yeah. Couple of beers 31 says at NFS, Mr. Antinatalist Redux doesn't really post anymore. I like his channel. Noted. NFS says it's Slade from Teen Titans. Yes, correct. He is also called Deathstroke. Didn't know that was his other name. Cool. Darren Lee says I enjoyed my smoke breaks even when I wasn't allowed to smoke. F him. Leah says ADL is a great channel, A Dangerous Lifestyle, and Endymion. Leah, I'm curious about the gayest question that you're referring to. What is the gayest question? What is this gayest question that you're referring to? I know that was time ago, but yeah, I'm just curious. Because me and Gabe, we were talking about women's pretty feet.
Yeah, we're talking about women, man. Like,
Yeah. I don't care what Gabe's feet look like. Yeah.
no, no. But anyways, I do have to log off because I've got work tomorrow.
Okay,
Got
fair enough.
wage slavery. You know how it
Yeah,
is.
you got your wage slavery to do. Yeah,
Yeah,
but hey,
as we
man,
all.
tune in for my next live stream. The next time I, do a live
Yeah,
stream.
man. Next time you have it going on and I have free time, I'll definitely hop on.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for coming, man. All the
Of
best.
course, man. Thank you. All the best. Bye.
Uh, okay. Leah says Savvy Guy has been on point lately. Cool. NFS says Slade wasn't interesting for me because he was basically a guy who was just after a bunch of teens. I see. Guys, I'm going to end the live stream, but please like, subscribe, and take care, everyone. Oh, and by the way, please don't have children. Don't create children into this world to become a wage slave. Don't create children into this world to become wage slaves, all right? Take that into consideration. Be realistic about the way the world is. We live in this world. Our reality is that we work and sleep most of our lives, yet we have such little time to ourselves. So really think about it. Ask yourselves, do I really want to bring a child into this world so that they can go through the same thing, wage slavery? Anyway, take care, everyone. All the best.